What is up, everyone? We're back on the OG channel. I do have the VC open in the Discord, so uh, everyone knows who they are, like, Rogue and Pin and Gen Max, and I'm guessing Vlad wants to join in too, so I mean, where I go. I'm only 2 minutes early. The rendering just got done, so I went ahead and just hit the go button. Alright, so now I have a Rogue with me. Whoop, I don't want that. I want that. There we go. Alright. I think Rogue's having some difficulties. I will just watch as usual. I talk less than this Pin. Pin talks less? Usually she's a chatterbox at times. Okay, so I probably need to go ahead and show this out too. Twitter. And Discord.
Maybe that works. I don't know. Jeez.
Hey, I heard something.
Yeah, well, I had to change over to my other setup. I was hoping to use the other computer, but hey, for whatever reason, its audio is not working. So yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. I got it to work early, so I don't know how it's going on. Oh. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, of course.
It's always a slow start over here.
It's one of those things you kind of go, okay, wait. You had this working.
Sparky uses his special ability, slow start.
Pretty much. Fuck me.
But we're just waiting for other people to join in to
Why are we waiting for other? Why are we waiting for other people? We know that the other people are not going to be showing.
Well, Vlad seemed awfully interested in joining. If you look at the main chat of the Discord.
Oh, for the Discord. Oh God. Now you got. It's bad enough I'm looking at the chat. You know that thing
Well,
that we're supposed to.
The chat's nothing. It's just wrestling. Like he says, he talks less than Pin does. So.
I guess.
Watch over there.
I guess I don't know. Sometimes he comes up with something very unique, and not so weeb-like. But it is what it is. So you want me to go check out Discord? You know what? I have a Discord open on 2 different computers. I can look at one of them.
Ah, cool.
It could be cool because I was kind of going in the process of doing some editing, but while I was doing this, but I can't do this because my other computer's audio is not working for whatever reason.
Sounds like me. Well, I've got 2 videos rendered. I've got Shield Hero episode 2 and Clockwork Planet episode 2 rendered. I just gotta do the other 3. I've got the other 3 ready to go. I just gotta hit the button, and I'm kind of reluctant to do so while I'm streaming and or recording. So
yeah, it's not a good thing because it does take up a pretty decent chunk of resources while doing things. So it's like, yeah. I mean, if we were just rendering, you could probably play like Raid Shadow Legend or something like that. That's not going to take up a lot of your resources, but yeah. Otherwise, if you want to do something major like streaming, yeah, no, you're fucked. You're fucked. Not happening.
Well, CPU usage for OBS is only 4.5%. So
yeah, but rendering takes up a lot.
It does. It takes up like the other 95%.
So yeah, you turn on OBS and boom, you're pretty much fucked the moment you start rendering. OBS is now just staggering along like an old man chugging.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say this right now. I had to reach a conclusion to a couple different things the other night, and I had to reluctantly
He had
hire.
to. He had to hire somebody. Wesley, can you guess who he hired? Can you guess? Can you guess who he hired? The man who said that I wish you the best of luck. I don't know who that could be, but he hired a certain individual. So technically, I have to be nice to him, but I really don't have to.
Yeah, I hired Rogue to help me
Hi.
out with some edits. That was. I was hoping I didn't have to do that, but I just got so much shit to do. And I think after Rogue kind of looked at everything I said and was like, "Ooh, yeah, that's a lot."
It's a lot of fun. I mean,
And
I did
that's
mention it
only
to
a
you.
quarter. That's only not even a quarter of what I got to edit.
I know, it's what I mean. It's like going, wow. And I'm like going, when the moment you mentioned that, and I looked at your roster of stuff, I'm going, he's going to have to hire somebody. He's going to have to employ somebody who's willing to do something like this and has some extra time to do all that. And he's got to be very specific on what he wants removed and tweaked a little bit so that he can go in and fine tune it so he can put it up. So yeah.
Yeah, so I've hired Rogue. So
So
it's actually not a bad price for the videos I sent him.
Rug will
So
finally have real money in Canada. No, actually, it went through PayPal. It's kind of cyber money. It was realistic money in Sparky's end. It went into a PayPal account, and it becomes
well,
whatever I want to. I can make it Australian dollars.
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Somebody wasn't very too specific when they said, yeah, it's gonna cost this much." Because I could just go, okay, that's in Canadian dollars, and it'll be a lot cheaper for me. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that in American money.
I know. I was like, look, I was going. It's fine. Whatever. Make it to 200 even. Make it a lot easier because I know goddamn out there's going to be a lot more expensive individuals out there that would do the editing and for less the targets.
Yeah, and we have a newcomer. Welcome, Vlad.
We do?
Newcomer, huh?
No.
Well, it's technically we're all newcomers here on this channel because it's been 4 fucking months since I've streamed on this channel.
This is the ancient one.
This is the one. This is the one that got yeeted because of Germans or suspected Germans. If I'm correct.
Copyright Nazis.
Yes.
Well, wait, how did you get it back?
I got it back a long time ago. I just haven't posted anything to it. So what ended up happening is I believe around I can't remember exactly when, but whenever I got the third copyright strike on the channel got removed. It got taken down by YouTube, and I had to go through an email process with YouTube and basically submit all my documentation of why this was a mistake, why they don't own the videos and that they're claiming and stuff like that. And I believe I typed up a 5,000 plus word document with all of the emails back and forth to me and the person in question, everything about the website, everything about what they've been doing, everything about the other creators that they've run up against, and sent that to YouTube. And I waited for about a month, and then I got a response back from them about a month after that saying, yeah, we looked at all the videos, and we're going to reinstate every video, including the ones we said that you could not reinstate, because, yeah, the company that copyright struck you has no legal claim, they've never filed any legal documentation, and they refuse to answer us on our questions that we keep asking them. So I got my channel back. It's just after I got the channel back, I took everything on the channel down for a period of time, and the period of time was going to be at the end of last year. just to make sure that they wasn't gonna go back through and try to do anything spiteful and vindictive, like strike other videos. And after that, when the beginning of this year happened, I went ahead and went in and reinstated every video except for the ones on Anime Watch Club. And yeah, since I haven't streamed since like the middle of last month, it's like I'm gonna go ahead and stream back to this channel.
Well, I got my first community strikeout.
I've seen
congratulations.
that. I've seen that. No. You. Vlad's got a very nice 1 minute plus some many second rant on why it's bullshit. I'll let you go into it if you want to, Vlad.
Yeah, effectively, I called out Vosh for being a pedophile probably 3 or 4 times now. But then I made a video that was just like a montage document of just clips of everything that he said. And then YouTube took it down and accused me of sexualizing children
Nice.
and gave me a community strike for it, even though I didn't say any of that. And that was all clips of Vosh.
Well, don't you know you're platforming a pedophile, Vlad?
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you do that.
The song, like in the background, was a song that was like a karaoke version of a song that mocks pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
the video title was intentionally mocking.
You do know that, we can't, spurge YouTube's biggest clients. You know that, right?
Yeah, the whole Epstein Island group, you kind of gotta watch out for them. They may have powers in places that.
But no,
Well,
I watched that last video you put up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is such bullshit. It's like, fuck.
Unfortunately, it's this where it is with certain groups. I mean, look, one of the kingpins of Pedo Island, she's got to be in prison for quite some time, and hey, the media didn't cover any of that. But
Certain media outlets on
Well-
YouTube did, but
I mean, Tucker did.
Tucker covered it.
counts.
The what was it? The Invoice of Lawyers covered it. That's kind of a unique name for them. Invoice of
I
Lawyers.
had a big argument with somebody over Tucker because they were calling him news, and I'm like, he's not.
he's not really
Like, in
new.
my
His
opinion,
opinion. Opinion.
Yeah.
Tucker's basically just a YouTuber on television.
Yeah, he's a well-paid YouTuber.
Yes.
I'm gonna call all those big talking heads. They're all opinionators. They don't bring news. They don't bring facts. No, they'll bring some news and they'll bring some facts, but most of what they spout and talk about, and this is on any mainstream outlet, CNN, Fox, ABC, it doesn't matter which one. They're all opinion talking pieces. That's it.
Currently, yes, but none of them have really brought out. I mean, when you look at the actual news coverage, there wasn't a lot of news coverage on this. There was a lot more news coverage and opinion pieces off of a 17-year-old, 18-year-old going down to, I don't know, protect property that he really shouldn't have had to. But regardless, it was more coverage on that and the trials that followed it than there was, the Epstein Island.
Yeah. Thing is with like Tucker, like I look at him as the same way that I do fucking Alex Jones, except I consider him Alex Jones light.
Yes, he is. I would agree.
Yeah, like so, like I actually, though, even despite that, find Tucker to be entertaining. So, but that's the extent of it. Like, I don't like use him as a source of information for much of anything.
It's like trying to use Cenk Uygur as a source of information.
Yeah, except on the other end of the spectrum. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, really, I was looking for like really good serious media pickups here and there, but yeah, no, nothing. We got nothing. So, and usually, Zero. It's usually Wesley. It's usually if it leads, it leads. But unfortunately, for Epstein Island, that bled a lot. It didn't lead with shit.
Yeah. Oh, and we got a Southern Golden Power Ranger in the chat. What's up,
Yeah, I noticed. That's why I got confused. I was looking at it, and I'm like, oh wait, no. I haven't seen the Zero Gold Power Ranger in a while.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't think we've seen them on the 2.0 channel. We've only seen them on this channel.
I know, it's scary.
With that being said, everyone, go ahead and share this out on your favorite media platform, either Twitter, Facebook, Discord, or whatever. Let's see if we can't get this channel reinvigorated. And I got another shout out from Omegon the other day, telling his subscribers they need to subscribe to me or else. I'm like, why do you keep doing this?
Because he's Omegon and he will do what he wants to do. He's a Cthulhu-like creature.
The only thing I did is I sent him $25 for his birthday because his birthday was yesterday, and it's like, here's $25 from me to you. Enjoy your birthday, and thanks again for all your help. And after that, it's like, oh yeah, Sparky, everyone needs to go sub to Sparky now. I commend you. And it's like, why do you keep doing this? It's like, I'm not asking for shout-outs. I'm just saying, here, thank you for your help back in the past. Happy birthday. I don't want anything in return.
That's always something we found with Omegon or that particular group. They're always willing to help out where they can.
Shit, I would love to get like a shout out from somebody bigger than me.
He's done it 4 times.
Yeah. Do you know how long it took to make that 1.5 minute long video? That took 3 hours.
Yeah, I would say it would take. Yeah.
Like it was just a huge pain in the ass. Mainly because I was just being really autistic about it. But aside from that,
no, I don't believe that.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I made that video when I recorded it, it was funny. So I made it a point to do it as soon as I woke up, and not only that, not smoke a cigarette and not drink any caffeine before recording.
So it was kind of a goal to, hey, I'm going to get done with this, and then I'm going to drink caffeine and smoke a cigarette.
No, more on the lines of maximum anger possible.
Okay. Well, why didn't you just slap your dick in the fridge about 20 times?
Because that would just turn me on.
And Zero Go, why is... time out. Zero Go asks, why is Vlad here? Vlad is
because he can be.
Because... this is a stream that I allow anyone who wants to come on to come on. That's what I've always done on this channel. If you want to come on, if you want to talk, you want to hang out, let me know. I'll give you access to the VC, and you can come on and you can talk. You've been on plenty of times, Zero Gold.
Basically, what Sparky's trying to say in a more polite way is any retarded chimp that has an opinion can come on here and voice it and throw shit at the wall.
Yeah,
I don't even know who that is, and how do they know who I am? It's weird.
I think Zero Goat's primarily over. I think was in he's a follow over from Antoine.
Wow.
So I think that's the reason why I was asking, because the fact of I know for a fact that you, Antoine, and a couple other people like Trippy and stuff like that have been going at each other's throats, and it's like,
actually,
time out. I'm gonna say this right now. I really don't care what any of these guys do online to each other. They can go at each other, they can like each other, they can hate each other. I don't care. As long as they don't drive me into it, and as long as they don't do, retarded shit over here in this channel, I don't care. They can be up here and talk. I've known Vlad for 4+ years. I've known Antoine for 4+ years. They haven't done anything to me. They have an issue with each other. Go at it. I'll go pop my popcorn.
Well, freaking Trippy and I actually came to a truce agreement. I haven't actually spoken to him or about him negatively in about 15 days.
Nice.
All right. Well, we're not gonna bring any of that up then. I just know from last time I
I
talked.
was going to, I just saw something that I wasn't paying attention to and just kind of looked at it. Roughly reported, give or take 9 to about 10 hours ago, from Australia.
Jesus
Jovic
Christ.
was deported after losing his visa battle. So yes,
Jovic?
yeah, he's a Novak Djokovic. He's known for holding the record at the moment for
I've
tennis. And he was given an okay to go down to Australia to go for the Australian, what is it, opening that they have down there, the Australian tennis game, to defend his championship, his reign of 21 at the moment. He's going for 22, I think it is. So the sports leagues there said, "Yeah, sure, come on down. If you don't have your shots and you already had COVID, you could to come down." Then the Australian government got their tidy whities in a bunch and said, "Yeah, no, you can't do that." He went to court, won the first half, went to court again, lost the second half, and now he's being deported.
yes.
Yep.
Not only that, something I've seen in the news. Can't remember Mount. No, not Mount. Toga Tonga.
Okay.
Volcano in the Pacific. I guess blew its fucking top. 2 days ago.
Yep.
Generated a I think a foot and a half tall tsunami wave. I think what they estimated it was an undersea volcano and it blew up with more force than what Mount St. Helens did.
Well, that's a lot of energy.
Did anybody die?
I don't know if anyone. It was a deserted island, but it's next to a couple islands. I don't think anyone died, but
Boring.
It did bring up a couple scares for people in Japan and the West Coast and stuff like that because of the tsunami warning.
Well, I mean, the Japanese deserve anything they get, to be 100% honest. So
Yeah,
they
deserve Godzilla. Godzilla, please come back and give them a visit.
Right. Yes, I agree. That's the only positive thing that they created, and they only created it because we nuked them.
Exactly.
So without America, there is no Godzilla.
Yeah.
We should nuke them again. Maybe they'll come up with something better.
Oh god.
No, they won't come up with anything better than what you already have, and
Another thing I do want to bring up. Has anyone heard anything about Maddies' dad?
Who?
Lately, all I know that he's on the waiting list to execute himself.
Okay. I didn't know. I've been watching her posts on not Facebook, on Twitter and stuff like that. I know he wasn't doing good. I know he's on a DNR list. I know that they basically took him off all the machines, and he's just been raiding, and he's being very stubborn about it right now, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you're a veteran at a certain age, you kind of go, I survived bullets. It's time for myself to, take a bullet.
Anyways,
what it is.
Only reason why I say this because I just want to say, sorry to hear about your dad. I hope things go better for you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, death is a funny thing.
Yeah, I know she's been on this channel a couple different times. That's why I just I extended that out to her. So,
Well, a friend of mine's uncle died of COVID, but it was one of those cases where I don't necessarily feel bad, because he bought what is called anti-COVID vitamins.
Okay.
Scam. Essentially, the guy was insane. But the point is, however, is that that friend of mine, it was really weird because him and I had argued for years over death because he like never in his life up until like, a week ago had ever experienced that in his family or anything ever. And so just had a lot of naivety on the topic. And
Oh.
yeah, it took
Well,
everything in my power to not say get it now.
well, well. On that note, and I've been keeping this kind of hush hush live, except for on like certain channels that I know has no tie back to me over here. But Captain Hook's been fighting COVID for like the last week or so. So
She'll be fine.
yeah, she's starting to get over it now. So she's just tired of fucking coughing and her chest still hurts and all that good shit. But
Yeah, no, that's
she's been doing a lot better. I've been keeping her locked up in the bedroom, and I've not been allowing her
wow.
to
The
come
first
out.
time that Sparky's locked up a girl in the bedroom.
Is she
For this length
chained
of
to the
time.
radiator?
No, she's chained up in the closet.
So this is not like Black Snake Moan.
No, all seriousness. It's been one of those deals. I don't know how she got it. We think she got it from her walk. I'm actually not too for sure. She didn't get it from me from my walk because she got real sick. Not last week, but the week before last. Around. Let me look at the calendar. She got real sick starting around like the 6th and 7th of the month. I got sick around the 3rd and 4th of the month, but I got over it around the 5th. I just felt achy. I felt tired. Wasn't running a fever. Wasn't coughing, anything like that. I just felt like shit. And I just kind of took that from, it's just very stressful at walk, and it was. But come to find out, we had somebody that retired. The last day was the 31st of last year, and they just retired from my job. And it was a party. We celebrated. He hugged everyone and stuff like that. And come to find out, he ended up in the hospital on a ventilator on the 4th from COVID.
Yeah.
So I think what ended up happening was he got sick. He gave it to us, and we have about 5, 6 different people at the shop. That's out. I mean, they're out. They can't come back for a week because they got it. They tested positive for it, and I think what ended up happening was I got sick and I got over it, and I gave it to her, and she's now getting over it because she's taking tests. They came up positive, and I've taken tests and they came up negative. And the only thing that I've done is I took aspirin, I took Theraflu, and I took some Ivermectin.
So how old are you two?
I'm 33. She's 32.
Yeah, so the statistical likelihood of either of you dying is pretty fucking low.
It is.
We wasn't. I wasn't
Yeah.
worried. I mean, I was concerned about her because she gets sick all the fucking time and she doesn't have the best immune system, especially since when she was a baby.
Relate.
Yeah, when she was a baby, she had not even a week to 2 weeks old. She had open heart surgery when she was born. So, I mean, she's not the best when it comes to help. So yeah, I was concerned, but I wasn't worried like I was like how I am with other people. It's like, yeah, she'll bounce back. But it's like with me, it's like I don't get sick like other people, and it's like if I'm not running a fever, if I'm not, coughing my head up or anything like that, I'm going to walk.
Well, I'm immunocompromised, so I'd probably be fucked.
Yeah.
Depending. I mean, if you're over the age of 60, then yeah, you'd be fucked. But if you're not, kind of, it's a hit and miss. It's like
people
rolling
over
a dice.
60 tend to have better immune systems than I do.
Yeah.
But
questionable.
Well, good thing is the guy that was on the ventilator. I believe he was getting off of it a day or two ago. I haven't heard any more news, But no, he was doing a lot better. He is like 63, and I think he also has COPD and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's he was a good friend of mine at work, and when I heard what happened, it's like, oh fuck, okay, maybe connecting the dots is like, I wonder if this is what happened.
But yeah, it's one of those. I had my spleen removed whenever I was 4.
Nice.
And so ever since then, I'm just I just get sick all the time.
Mhm.
In fact, like sorry, what?
No, it's all good. When you get down, I'm gonna say something.
I was gonna say, like, I just got over the flu not that long ago, and I had my shot. It doesn't do anything.
I can't remember what it was. It's like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember you got the flu and damn near killed you that time.
Yeah, and I also fucked up and decided to have sex while having the flu, which I thought I was going to die after.
So it took all the breath out of you.
Pretty much.
She ravaged you.
Well, what happened was I had 102-degree fever and thought that it was a good idea, and then afterwards it spiked up to 104.
Hey,
and I
thought
I was going to die.
burn that shit out of your system.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, no. You're supposed to sweat out a cold and starve a fever, but I don't know. Maybe
that doesn't work. Like that's actually like an obnoxious myth. That just because the problem with that myth is it runs off the idea that whenever you sweat, that means the fever is broke. But the reality is the reason you sweat is because your body temperature has gone up so freaking high to bake out whatever pathogens are in there.
Yeah,
and you're sweating afterwards to cool off from the So whenever you increase your body temperature higher, you're doing the opposite of what you're supposed to do, which you're supposed to be cooling yourself down.
I never understood the fact, because everything that I've been told is like feed a fever, starve a cold. That's why I've been told.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't actually make any sense, and that's why. And if it did work, then me having sex would have solved the problem. I was sweating like a stuck pig.
Usually, and I don't get it, because usually whenever I get fevers, I get extremely fucking cold. So whenever I start getting a fever, I usually hunker down underneath blankets in front of the fireplace. The electric heater's on, the electric blanket's on, and I'm probably slow cooking myself at about maybe 150 degrees underneath those blankets.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they actually were referring to when it came down to starving and feeding. Feeding a fever meaning you have to eat. You have to eat, keeping that immune system and whatever you have baking inside of you constantly going.
Keeping your metabolism.
You have to keep your metabolism, keep going. As for the other, you should reduce, sleep more. Yeah. Colds, you sleep more. Fevers, you eat more.
Yeah,
that is.
That makes a lot more sense.
Look. Here's what makes even more sense. Just take drugs.
But no,
I mean,
go ahead.
There's my Discord's being a faggot, and there's a delay. But yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, you just go to the store, you buy some Tylenol, or Excedrin, or whatever your favorite fucking liver pill is, and yeah. And that's there you go. Fever's reduced almost instantaneously. Problem solved.
I take about
Tylenol and shit.
I take about 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol and about 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. Whatever I do that on a daily, anyways, because of headaches in my back and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
That's because he's old.
Yeah, I have to take aspirin every single day because of the blood thinning.
You sure it's aspirin and not Asperger? Because I feel like that's what you have more often than anything else.
But
no, I
at the shop, like I said, we've had a couple of people get sick, and they've been gone for about I want to say about 4 or 5 days now.
Yeah,
but
it's actually the requirements now.
Yeah, well, you want to know what's funny?
Mm.
Everyone that's showing symptoms and that's gone has the shot, the vaccine, and the boosters. And the people who are still at work and not sick haven't taken the
No,
vaccine
the
or
funny
the boosters.
thing is that if you look across the global spectrum of the COVID people who've had the shots and that, just on that pure, we're pretty close to what is considered herd immunity. If not, we've covered it. So we've passed the
Yeah.
threshold of herd immunity. So, but still, countries in that want to lock down because hey, they've got ultimate power. Now, there has been research that's come out, and it's on the boosters. And Swedes have found out, funny how the Swedes and that Norwegians seem to find these shit out before anybody else does, that
They have
the
nothing
more,
better to do.
of course, the more often you apply a booster to somebody, the weaker their immunity becomes.
It's the same aspect as like taking fuck and I lost my train of thought.
It's fine.
I'm
You can
gonna
say it's
add
COVID.
some. I'm gonna add some context to the Swede thing that's really interesting that you'll like. The reason they figure this shit out faster than everybody else is they have nothing even remotely similar to HIPAA laws. In fact, the opposite. That there is no medical privacy whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
Well, they learned that from the Germans, so I mean, really.
pretty much, yes.
Well, it's
and
like,
also
it's like taking antibiotics. That's what I was gonna come up with. It's like taking antibiotics. I mean, you can take so many antibiotics and it just doesn't do anything. Actually, it does the exact opposite. Then it makes you less immune to whatever it is you're trying to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and something I wanted to point out too that's really important that drives me absolutely insane, and this is all Fauci's fault, is that this idea that a vaccine exists specifically to prevent infection, or at least the COVID one. And the problem is that's never been true. That there's like now because people don't understand what the word infection means. They think it means symptoms. It's like, no, you can be infected with something and not have symptoms. Like,
see,
just
that's been my exact fucking argument on Facebook with people.
Yeah, like infection just means a pathogen entered your body. Whether or not you have symptoms after that point is irrelevant to the definition of infection. And so you have asshole Fauci going around saying that this will prevent infection. And if anybody knew what a vaccine does, they wouldn't have ever thought that would be the case. And that friend of mine, by the way, whose uncle died of COVID, also has COVID himself. And he has had the vaccines, like similar to what you pointed out, and the boosters, and did everything that the CDC recommended, like a good Boy Scout.
Here's what I did. I said I just took ivermectin.
I mean, like that's the thing too, is that the ivermectin actually is just now being used to treat people in hospitals all this time.
Well, actually, no. The funny thing is ivermectin was being used. It was being used sparingly because it's actually being there's only certain supplies available. A lot of the core world supply goes to Africa. Right. Why? Because they have the largest suppliers there of it. Everything else is used for like deworming and shit like that.
Well, here's the thing about the whole ivermectin thing, and I'm gonna go to that, and I'm gonna go back over to the vaccines. Ivermectin for animals is used as a dewormer. Ivermectin, which is the exact same thing in humans, is primarily used for like arthritis and shit like that. Using ivermectin for a virus, kind of like what COVID is, actually makes perfect sense, because what is a worm? A worm is a type of parasite. What is a virus? Virus and parasites are very distinct of what they are, but they pretty much do the same thing. They infect a host, they hijack the cells, and they use those cells to reproduce. Basically acts like a parasite. So it makes sense that it would work for it. And when it comes back down to the vaccines, technically the COVID vaccine is not a vaccine. It's an RNA shot. Basically, it's telling your DNA to fucking change its pattern a little bit to be more resistant, which is, I think, is actually doing quite the opposite. It's making you more susceptible, not less susceptible to this shit.
Well, I don't think it's making it more susceptible, because so the thing is with the vaccines, that's really important that whenever people say like it prevents infection, I want to throw this out here too, by the way, real quick.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a vaccine, you're actually infecting yourself. That's how vaccines work.
That's what
So-
a vaccine is.
Yeah, and so like, does it make you more susceptible? I mean, perhaps to later variants. Omicron doesn't seem to give two shits about whether or not you're vaccinated, for example. And so like, but the problem is though, is that Omicron also is way less effective than any other variant. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Like, for example, entropy. So is a big one with viruses. So viruses over time, the more and more they mutate, the less and less effective they become. But on top of that, I don't know who's to say that the vaccine isn't doing something in terms of all this. But I do know that when I looked at the CDC stuff, which, you know, grain of salt, etc. They were suggesting that, or they said that the majority of people currently hospitalized for COVID have either had shots or had COVID previously before.
Yeah.
So that gives merit to what Rogue said earlier, that we're reaching a point of we've reached a point of like almost maximum herd immunity,
Well,
either through
here's-
vaccines or infection.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with viruses too, and a lot of people kind of don't take into account. So, like with this one, when it first got introduced, it was something that's never been in the human populace before. It's only been in a certain species of animal, like a bat, and it thrives within bats. Why? Because it doesn't kill them. The goal of a virus is to basically reproduce and spread. If you kill the host, you can't do that. So over time, viruses will mutate and stuff like that to become more infectious.
To
but less
survive.
to survive and less deadly. And I think that's what we're starting to see here.
Well, and the thing is too, that's really important, is actually it's not even that the virus is deadly, because I'm going to be honest here, it's not.
It's not.
No
It's just
virus,
it's
no
the
virus
symptoms.
is deadly. It's your body over fucking reacts.
It's
So-
the symptoms that's killing you, because like with,
Yeah.
with COVID is like I think Rogue brought this up too, and I think on another show he did, but it's like the COVID virus is not really a respiratory virus. Yes, that's how it's spread, is through the respiratory system, but it doesn't attack the respiratory system. It attacks the blood system.
Well, by the way, Omicron isn't even causing pneumonia. It's causing bronchitis, which is an
Yes.
important distinction.
See,
You know,
this is something getting into it. And yeah, so we have pointed it out in previous GNF shows that we do. Problem is we have this new variant that gives you either an influenza or a pneumonia or a, in this case, bronchitis variant. And unfortunately, even with the statistics that we have out there, a lot of people who are going into the hospitals usually were slightly healthy and then got whatever said virus inside hospitals surroundings for the most part. And those who have had COVID, let's say, or some form of lung virus or infection being brought into the hospital, if they die, they end up. Oh, is this in?
Time out. Let me extend an offer out to Alcado, who is in chat. Welcome, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I know this is kind of an infuriating topic. We're just covering this a little bit, just talking about our experiences. If you want to jump into the Discord,
Yep.
you're more than glad to come in. I think you are in the Discord. If you are, we are in Robot Masters. Let me check here. Actually, no, I don't see you in the. No, I don't see you in the Discord. I will send you a link if you want to jump on in.
Well, the important question is what's infuriating about it.
Yeah, no, I kind of got there. I was kind of going greetings, chance, appearance. I do have an hour, and I think I'm prepped otherwise. Okay.
Well, give me a minute, and I will send you a link through. I think I've got you on Twitter, so.
Yeah, no, so getting back down to it, a lot of the people statistically who have gone into the hospitals, either with COVID or some form of virus in some question, who have died in the hospital for the longest time, were being tagged as died from COVID, regardless of whether it be influenza or whatnot. Influenza was still around. We still had the flu kicking around during the same time frame as COVID was on the rise. So a lot of those numbers that we have, especially for those first 2 years, are being kind of questioned. Because I was kind of going, where's the flu count? I mean, we do still have flus. Where's the flu count? I need to see the variances between the two. Who is actually more deadly in this case? So yeah, going forward, now that we're trying to restructure the numbers again, statistically speaking, we've done a lot of damage to the global economy, the global populace at large, mental state for certain individuals also kind of fucked. We've created new conditions, and we're going to have at least a good 10 years to fix it all.
Oh, I mistyped that. There we go.
Need to know how to copy and paste.
Well, I've got so many fans I got to copy and paste anyways. Okay, Akada just jumped in. Let me give you a role. Robot Master. There you go. You should be able to jump into the VC now. Alright, yeah, you can jump into the VC. It's open.
Eddie.
There we go. What's up, my friend? It has been a hot minute since I've talked to you.
Am I deaf? I don't hear anything.
No, he's getting his computer set up. Going.
Oh God. Oh.
And just because he's here, I know he likes to do his screen capture. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that.
Screens as it is. I mean, seriously. I only look at your chat and
Yes, I joined waiting room first, which apparently mandates push to talk, which changes settings. So I had to find the setting to change it back away from push to talk. And now here we are. No obligation to have me on camera. I just was always set up anyway, so I thought I'd hit the button activate.
It's all good, man.
When it comes to everything regarding the dread plague, it all boils down to it never being a problem with a disease. It's policy, not plague. It has been policy, not plague from day one. It's just the contrast apparently is getting too hard for them to hide from everyone.
Yes.
I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
People are too stupid.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, if you've been fed a fair narrative from the beginning, it's at first being told a negotiation point, give us 2 weeks to curve the spread, and then that 2 week becomes almost 3 years. You kind of go, how do you keep these people locked into play?
I don't know. My idea was just let people infected and let those that die and move on.
Well, that was the old tactics back in the day.
Mm-hmm. We could have COVID parties.
I mean, wasn't that a thing for like chickenpox for kids?
Yes, it was.
And well, that's a bit reckless in its own right. It made a lot more sense than what we've done in the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
What baffles me and what has driven me to near depression watching this from the start is that, look, first off, when this thing first broke out of that lab, and it broke out of a fucking lab, I don't want a single person running bat suit by me again. That came out of the damn lab. We had geneticists at the time going, yeah, oh, this is definitely made in the lab. I see what they were doing. Hypothetically, they were working on a vaccine for HIV. But no, they were fucking with it in a lab, and it got out. How, why, to what end, we may never know, but I think we should be able to acknowledge that much at least.
Well,
what got me to the point of depression?
What's the biggest playground there is? The open world.
Well, yeah, no, the issue with the COVID strain as it is, it does come from a certain bat species just outside of the Wuhan area, and so they have to be brought in for them to be tested and so on and so forth. Now, according to some whistleblowers, if you believe them or not, especially within the the iron the red curtain that exists. One of the actual researchers was molested by these bats often. He went home sick, was out for at least 2 weeks or so, and then came back to work like nothing ever happened. So that's pretty much what they believe how we got the spread in Wuhan. To be infected even further, because again, the Chinese like to move around from place to place for the most part. They don't really stay very long.
Look. Okay, what the whole thing boils down to is we shouldn't be doing gain of function in the first place.
No, that's true.
And they were surely doing gain of function.
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, what was the other virus that got...
Yeah, Fauci and the people behind it knew about it.
There's another virus that escaped a lab.
No.
I can't remember what it was.
No, here's the screwed up part. None of this shit's private information. So you can go and you can look up Dr. Barrick's research.
Yeah.
And in Dr. Barrick's research, you can find that the bat lady was actually a part of that. And then whenever you go actually look at the bat lady research, you find that it's referencing Dr. Barrick's research that she was aiding in. So it's not like they weren't colluding. And Fauci did say publicly that Barrick was actually doing gain of function research. So the big question is, if he was doing gain of function research here, why wouldn't that lady be doing it there?
Well, here's also the most important thing to note too. Fauci was trying to change the definition of what gain of function was.
Fauci's been changed. He's also changed. He's also helped change the function of what an antiviral is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of definition changing. The definition of what a vaccine is, the definition of what being vaccinated is, the definition of how so many changed definitions to make moving that goalpost a little bit easier. And again, one of the things that drove me to depression, just seeing people continuing to believe the people who just lied their face a moment ago, and to this day, in certain cases, venerate completely treacherous pieces of shit. Pardon my language. This is your stream. I should try to turn the words down.
No. We've said much worse. We got Jewish Cuban that comes on here regularly that we make fun of constantly.
Yeah. Honestly, you're free to do whatever you want here for the most part. I mean,
well, it's not the best guest behavior.
The channel has already been yeeted once by copyrights. German copyright Nazis. It came back after that. I'm pretty sure the channel can survive, this.
Mm-hmm. And I think I've said some pretty worse, comments. Outside of Vlad, I mean, the two of us together, I think you could probably destroy a channel.
You and Draco together can destroy a channel.
If you want to complete, leveling of the playing field, yeah, just let us do the work, and we will massacre as many channels as possible.
Alright, no. You guys are the only ones that I know of that has a folder that says Discord nuke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, not you, but
Draco. I point to him and kind of go, Draco, unleash the beast. And he's like, what do you mean? Your folder, unleash it. Oh, that? Really? Here? Yeah, do it. Give me your worst. And then
I opened the stream or I opened my moment in the stream calling Vosh a pedophile, so there's that.
So I mean we're pretty good so far, I mean, really.
Well, I don't know about that. I definitely wouldn't let him babysit.
But no, it's been a hot minute since I've seen you. I've been talking to you and Omegon. I've been talking to Omegon quite regularly now.
You have?
I have actually. It's quite surprising. It's amazing how your channel getting fucked over by someone can open a door to.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. New people, new faces, new everything. That's always a good thing.
Megon is good company. That is true. He occasionally shows up to the man twerking whenever I'm on stress test.
Well, no, it's like
Never again.
I wouldn't mind streaming with him once or twice just to get to know him. I haven't really got to talk to him in person. It's usually been through like in DMs or through live chats or something like that. But
All I can say is most of his streams are pretty moist.
yeah, I know. Moist daddy, moist.
And I think that's why that's one of the forbidden words on SideQuest.
Well, I mean, I can understand why for SideQuest. I mean, Magog's got, for some reason, it seems like he's got a lot of eyes on his channel.
Hmm?
And not the good kind of eyes either, the kind of that wants to go, cancel!
Well, if they can, great. I wish them the best of luck.
I'm sure someone's working on it, because once you get a large enough audience, someone's going to hate you no matter who you are or what you think.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Well, look at me. I got a
It's
lot of hate for
inevitability.
eating. Hey, I got a lot of hate for eating popcorn on stream for someone, so I can believe it.
Are they
Oops.
popcorn intolerant? Well, it goes to show. Doesn't really matter what it is. Someone's going to hate you for existing.
Look, everybody hates me. It's fine.
Yeah, but you have Asperger. It's fine.
Hey, I don't hate you, Vlad. I just despise you sometimes.
Whatever.
Oh, yes, but this cough.
Yeah, no.
There's still
Go.
vaccines.
Yes.
There's another definition they changed. Anti-vaxxer.
Yes.
Anti-vaxxer used to mean someone who is fundamentally opposed to vaccines as a concept. Now it means anyone who questions the narrative even a little.
Or people who are anti-mandate.
Yeah, no.
Yes, that's certainly some serious questioning right there. Can't have that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, I haven't got a lot of slack online because I haven't been posting it online either. But it's like, yeah, whenever I got sick last week, yeah. My mom's been a firm believer in it, and you know what? It does work. That Ivermectin. It tastes nasty, but it works.
Ivermectin is a hell of a drug.
Hey, I was only sick for 2 days, and then I got over it. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I had it.
It could be it, or it could have been just Omicron being the fleeting, trivial, cold-like thing it is now.
Well,
Yes.
Or the overdoses. No, everyone's overdosing on horse dewormer.
no.
It's
no.
gone up. Cases have gone up
time out.
300%.
All right,
From
so that
0.002% of the population.
that overdose thing, that was a hoax. That whole
I know it was a hoax.
It happened. What was it? It happened in
He
Oklahoma.
was being ironic, Sparky.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I was just.
We have to remember, guys, that Sparky doesn't catch the jokes every now and then.
Hey,
even
I
if-
take the jokes out back in the bird shit and I put two in the back of the
I
head.
should have.
Yeah.
I probably should have prefaced it, but suffice to say, seeing that and seeing a lot of people I otherwise respect fall for that really chafed my nerves. Because they 300, 150%, 300%, big numbers, big, scary. Out of what percentage of the population? And when you factor that in, it's like 0.03% of people
which is
somehow
pretty much
ran
the
out there
average.
and chugged a bottle of horse dewormer.
Yeah.
That is a trivial change.
Mm.
And the people who said 301% knew it, and they lied, and they got away with it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I again, because not many people are watching. The average normie is paying attention to the little circle of stuff. They're not really focusing on what's actually on TV news-wise.
Ordinary things about that hook, line, and sinker.
Well, have you seen the new poll by I don't even know how to pronounce the pollster, Rosen something, whatever, the big one.
When you say big one, there's like a variant on are we talking
let me find it.
like American?
I think so. They usually do like politics related shit and stuff like that too. Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Because I just sent a friend of mine this.
Because I'm always curious on what's happening down south.
Well, it sounds fucking German. but it's not.
Okay, across the pond, wherever. I'm Canadian. What do I know? I have a prime minister who's now trying to be racist against certain people because they question the COVID vaccines and things like that. And most of them are Quebecians, and they haven't really figured that out yet. So just give it.
It's like Rasmussen. I don't know how to
Oh,
pronounce it.
Rasmussen. Yeah.
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 So they did a poll, and the poll came out that apparently 45% of Democrats would be okay with internment camps for the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Does
not surprise me.
59% of Democrats support confining unvaxxed people to their homes. Where do we go? 48% were okay with imprisonment or fining.
Yeah.
And this is a poll of a little over 1,000 individuals that were potential voters. So if you expand that out, like say those percentages are accurate per 1,000 people,
Yeah.
like that's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, no, and that's because again, you lead with a fear tactic. You let that imprint for as long as you can by certain demographics, and then you have to hold everybody else into play because again, you cannot grasp the average normie under that fear tactic. Because again, they don't really pay attention. They're not watching whatever left side media or right side media. They're focusing on YouTube, and if it's not brazen on the YouTube channels, guess what? No one's watching.
Now, there was a remarkably low number of Democrats that supported temporarily removing children from their parents, that the children of the unvaxxed. It was only 29%.
That's
But
29% too large.
But that was still fucking 26% higher than the amount of Republicans that were okay with that.
And they've already actually attempted to use the use of ivermectin in one case to try to take away, I believe it was a major politician's child for abuse. Because a nurse reported that the kid had been given ivermectin like some time ago. They already gotten over it. They were fully recovered. But they still tried to take, I believe it was, they were 17 years old even. They're like trying to take away a teenager because their parent treated them with ivermectin.
Yeah.
Well, has anyone heard of the school teacher that their own son tested positive for COVID, so she stuffed him in the trunk of a car and then took him to a test site?
Yeah, I know of it because I covered it on one of my shows.
It was in Texas. Shockingly enough.
Found them in a trunk and drove them in.
You expect that kind of behavior in Florida, not Texas.
Well, I mean, look, there are some blues in Texas. Texas is considered a purple state in your neck of the woods. That's how many came from California and other places. They've migrated there, and well, they've turned it from being somewhat of a solid red to kind of more of a purplish hue.
That's alarming. It implies that there's a non-zero chance that Beto has a shot at the office.
Well, not only that, in Texas right now, they actually have equity treatments for people that have COVID and are hospitalized. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but put it this way: if you're 10 years old and you're white and you're female, yes, if you're female, you're less likely to get treatment for your COVID symptoms than a 10-year-old that is black and is male. And the reason I'm saying that is because they created an entire point system that basically I believe it's part of their triaging, and what they do is they go and they look at you and then they mark down a certain points and for these specific scores for a specific score, and the higher person to get the highest score is the person that gets treated. So, and it's insane to me because if you're black, you get 2 points. If you're male, you get 1 point. So this fucking, speaking of purple, this entire fucking concept is both fucking simultaneously, funny enough, racist against white people and sexist all at once.
Always been that way. Never going to change.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing about like watching people in the news outlets go, "Oh my God, the ICU's at 90% capacity." It's like, guys,
the ICUs
the
usually at 90%
ICUs are usually
capacity.
always at 90% capacity because the ICUs are variable. They can be expanded and they can be decreased depending on such situation.
Mhm.
Usually, you have somebody in ICU for multiple different things.
That reminds me again of one small section of the great parade of bullshit that's been trotted across the media that Twitter has done perhaps radical damage to my faith in humanity, and by exposing me to the people who buy this gormlessly and will fight to the death to support these narratives. Okay, hospitals are being overwhelmed. They need help. They're drowning in patients. Oh, and also they're going to fire everyone who doesn't get a shot.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Fun.
That's a direct contradiction.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
And let me go ahead and break into here real quick. What's up, Jim Max?
Oh God, the old man in the house is here. Jesus Christ!
The old mouse is here.
I mean, we should have a rule of how many old men you have on the stream here, Sparky.
Oh, and I forgot to mention everything that I was talking about earlier in that poll that Democrats are supporting.
Yeah.
The irony of that is they also support the idea that systemic racism is somehow a thing, and then are okay with that, which is funny because the majority of black people are actually not vaccinated at all. So,
Yeah, I know.
based on their own logic, they're being systemically racist.
Again,
Well,
there's a reason why. There's a good reason of why a huge swath of black communities are not rushing to get this immunization from any white folks in any of the Western-based countries.
Racism, yeah.
No, a bit further than that.
I'm accusing them of
Oh no,
tribalism.
but a lot of the time.
I think you're referring to the fact that one vaccine actually was used to sterilize the black community.
Oh, you mean like 100 years ago or some stupid shit? Like
maybe they are, and not unwisely, somewhat more open to the idea that certain agencies might be perfectly happy to use them as fucking guinea pigs.
Yes,
that too.
I
know I've been used as a guinea pig.
You're in the army.
The military gets used as guinea pigs all the time.
Yes, the military and usually certain people who are in a small demographic that are very expendable. Happens to be, I wouldn't say Asians, because again, they're pretty much a large swath of a demographic, but I would say more like, for example, red-skinned individuals and people who have very dark skin. Usually
people who aren't very useful.
Yeah.
Not just them. Hold on, because there's a very interesting contrast, a case that goes kind of in the opposite direction of what would be assumed there. Israel has been a living test lab since this breakout ever started. Pfizer locked a deal with them to sell their vaccine to them exclusively, just so they could. And everything that takes place that we're seeing now, the redefinition of being vaccinated to include X amount of boosters, all that happened in Israel first.
Yes, the Jews. Yes, the Jews.
But that's kind of weird that they kind of volunteered to, be the sort of.
Look, a lot of them voluntarily decided to go with certain, I don't know, crowd-eating individuals to put them in a locked room with a lot of cages and some really interesting showers.
Yeah, like Israel is right now.
Oh God,
kind of like Israel now today. It voluntarily separating themselves from the rest of society for some.
I mean, they built a wall. Like literally, they built an entire wall and dome to keep them locked into place so that they don't have to worry about anybody.
But to be honest, their prime minister or their president or whatever he's called did kind of volunteer them for that. And they tried to fight it, but realized, we ain't gonna get out of this.
Yeah, they were incredibly obedient, and that's something else that everyone should have noted. How well did their obedience serve them? Not very well.
There's a chance their women are sterile right now. So yeah, not very.
I just missed the day that hating Big Pharma wasn't edgy.
Yeah, I remember when hating it was like, Any big pharma was one of the things that we all used to do, and then it all of a sudden became this thing of no, we're supposed to like them.
That was
It's
back in like
it's a funny
2016
thing.
and 17.
It's a funny thing when you look back 3 years ago how things have changed.
Yeah, that's back in 2016 and 17. It's like, I remember when they were getting ass trounced for EpiPens. And,
yeah, I remember whenever CNN would bitch about Obama getting fucking big pharma money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, even CNN, would bitch about it. And then Trump came in, and they all decided, anything Trump's against or not gaining from, will absolutely support, no matter what. So
Yeah, but he was a big bad boogeyman who wasn't supposed to get office. Remember?
no, I know
Oh, he still is. And they are scared shitless he will get another term. Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah,
won't
no.
run.
That's this latest. This is their last ditch hope. The whole trumping out the January 6th event, which was by no means any sort of insurrection, terrorist action, or rebellion. There's this new long shot hope, like Russia collusion and so on, that they can somehow convict him of insurrection as somehow arranging an attempted overthrow of the government, because then they could hypothetically use an act to prevent him from being even written in as a candidate in the next presidential election.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny because I don't think they're gonna be able to do that because if I remember
it's not going to be
right,
successful.
With
Well,
the CIA and
Let's see
FBI,
well,
when the CIA and FBI basically say, "Hey, we can't find shit that there was an insurrection," which they have said multiple times. The heads of the CIA and the FBI have said, "There's no proof of this. There is absolutely none."
And
You-
no
you-
one has
you-
been charged with sedition, by the
No,
way.
I was going to ask that. How many people have been charged with it so far? I mean, trespassing. I've seen that many charges for trespassing, but I haven't seen any for.
Well, that's what
any
they
of these
keep on.
crimes.
That's what they keep on holding up as the bullet, the silver bullet. Is that there were people trespassing, and it's like, yeah, and so everybody who trespasses anywhere is now a fucking terrorist.
Yeah,
A domestic terrorist.
well,
joy.
I like the questioning that that they were giving. What was it? I think it was Rand Paul and fuck, I can't remember his name now. But there's like two of them giving questioning to the new assistant director of the FBI, and another guy is like, okay, you're gonna do this. Is there anything gonna be happening with what happened in Oregon back in 2020? So anything's gonna be happening to all these other places, that burned down police stations, that invaded Capitol buildings and other places. Is there anything gonna happen? Oh, we have no numbers or statistics on that. Yeah, because it doesn't suit your fucking narrative.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen part of that with Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz. That was the other one I was remembering.
Who
I couldn't remember his name.
really is probably trying to redeem himself, and he needs to try a hell of a lot harder because he called January 6th a terrorist incident.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. He said that and tried to double back on that one. Kind of went, nope, I went too far. Coming back.
Well,
yeah, he went
so-
on Tucker and was saying he misspoke.
I don't disagree fully with it being called a somewhat terrorist incident, because there was clearly bad actors within that group that was trying to direct some things.
Yeah,
But if you
most of
want-
them. Most of them were part of the FBI that were put in there. The CIA and the FBI that were there,
Yeah,
as well
for
as those who belonged to Antifa. They were there too, and whatever out group that they have within the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
Also were another group that actually
However-
tried to push.
However, that's as far as I'm going to take that statement, because if anything, it was a bunch of overzealous people on a wild ass tour of Congress. That was it.
Look, I am
See,
more than
terrorism-
willing to agree that with the notion that it was totally terrorism in every way, if they also agree that Black Lives Matter riots were terrorism. If they can concede to that, I'll just say sure, Jan 6 was terrorism.
I wish
I
they would, because there's a lot of black business owners that had to face the wrath of Black Lives Matter, and they're today trying to piece whatever's left of their businesses back together.
I will not agree it's a terrorist in any way, shape, or form. For the same reason I won't agree it's an insurrection or a rebellion. Because again, what happened? A bunch of people went in there, some of them took really silly selfies, one of them gets shot dead, and they just leave.
Well, that's why I mean,
what a fucking terrorist action is that?
Yeah,
well,
no,
no,
a terrorist organization that do that. Yes.
All right, time out. No,
So Iraq,
I said I'm not going to fully agree. I'm gonna say there's probably about maybe 5 to 10% of those people there that were trying to instigate something like that.
Look,
that is the only way.
It seemed they work for the FBI.
Yeah. Well, I'm counting them as part of people. I don't look at the FBI as some sort of high ass fucking group. They're just as seditious as anyone else, like Antifa and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but I have no delusions there either. But something has been bothering me. Every time they say Ray Epps, it sounds hideously familiar, but I can't place it. Does anyone have a better idea of why Ray Epps is such a familiar name?
Ray Epps?
Ray Epps.
The person...
The only thing, every time I hear Epps, I think of Epstein. I don't know why.
Is that the... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's what but also was that the bull guy? The guy with the buffalo head?
I don't know.
That's somebody else. No, okay.
No, the MAGA shaman, that poor bastard, who last I heard was still being held in prison for the crime of being in the vague vicinity, despite that all the video shows him being nothing more than eccentric and very helpful, encouraging people to their best behavior. Which, that it still infuriates me. They're trying to pin Trump with insurrection. They need to answer for the fact they've made several political prisoners they've held for about a year now for no justifiable reason.
Yeah, because at the moment, the person in question, Ray Epps, who has been seen kind of rabbit himself all over the place of the current January 6th moment.
He's a former FBI agent from Arizona.
Yeah, that's who decides that he's going to be a Trump supporter, though he most likely is a Democrat.
Yes.
So.
And the FBI, they've heard the name before, but they can't answer any questions about his identity.
He was a former FBI agent. It's like, fuck.
Well, yeah, but they really can't talk about it.
I'm still waiting for the FBI to figure out the... Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm still waiting for the FBI and CIA to be able to figure out the difference between pipe bombs and tent poles under a bench. So, hey.
That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Because that's exactly what they get. Oh, that was tent poles.
Was it? Was that what that was?
It was tent poles.
It was tent poles.
Oh, there's a box of explosives. They were like, oh, we think it's a pipe bomb. No, it's tent poles. And the person who put them there...
Well, guys...
It's like, no, those are tent poles.
I mean, come
That's
on.
what I say.
But wasn't she like blocks away from the actual incident?
She was like 2 blocks away. It's like, I feared for my life because there's a racist at the door. It's like one of the fucking Capitol guards checking the building. It's like, is anyone here?
Look, I'm confident nobody there would have raped her, but I would have.
Horseface? If you're into Horseface...
I believe a classic phrase needs to be thrown out for... Yeah, a classic phrase needs to be thrown out for AOC. I wouldn't even rape you.
Yes.
No,
yeah, I actually, you know what? I wouldn't even rape her. There you go. That's a good old phrase.
But
you could put a brown bag. You could put a brown bag over it. You could pay me $1 million, and I would not get my dick anywhere close to that thing.
You know what?
Yeah, remember the rule, guys. Do not put your dick in crazy.
You know what? If you put a brown bag with a smiley face on it, maybe.
my thing with Jan 6 though is it's a mixed bag for me. Speaking of bags, so on one hand, I think that the entire incident was fucking retarded and shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yes.
And while on the other side of the coin, I don't think the consequences for doing that are necessarily fair to the crime or whatever crimes were committed. I think that the little extreme holding that guy that was RPing as whatever that was for this amount of time is just insane to me.
Well, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Not only him. I think there's 300 plus people that's still being held without trial to this point in time.
Yeah,
it's like
that's the most memorable example.
Yeah.
what they're trying to do is get these people to flip on Trump and say he was their leader and trying to. And the thing is, it's like they've been very unsuccessful because these people have.
And by the way, you can prove in
followers.
2 seconds that it wasn't terrorism.
Oh yeah,
Easy. They didn't go to Gitmo. There you go. It wasn't terrorism. Because all of those terrorists.
No, though there's still a lot of questions on Nancy Pelosi's end of it, because what wasn't she offered? I don't know, help to prevent shit like this from happening, but from a certain president who
checkers on Twitter say something they can safely disregard because they're fact checkers on Twitter, and they're lying to your face.
Of course, yeah.
Oh yes.
Well,
didn't she have a laptop stolen? And
yes,
they tried to push it onto one of her people, and they basically found no proof that she actually did this, but are still holding her on this, I believe. Yeah. Even though, they found that somebody else actually took the laptop, and it has nothing to do with her. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, this is all ignoring the fact that Pelosi was in cahoots with the general. That was specifically going out of their way to potentially violate an order from a sitting president, which borders on a coup.
No, that was actual treason. That was a coup. That was actual treason. Because if a general went behind the president of the United States back, and a sitting senator actually was involved in that, and they were talking to China without his permission or anybody's permission to be in fact.
Assuring their Chinese counterparts that they would warn them if America was about to go to war with China. Just
treason, straight up.
Best buddies. I'm willing to have a bunch of American soldiers be shot by you just to stress how much of a fan I am.
If I did that in the military, at any rank other than, a general, I would be fucking shit. I'd be quartered and shot.
Oh, so I got a question for everyone. This is kind of a controversial question.
Remember, I'm Canadian, so just be careful of the question.
This is kind of controversial, and this may or may not get the channel yeeted. I don't care. But hypothetically, and this is a hypothetical, if a JFK was to happen, what would happen? Would confetti go off? Would nothing be splattered? Or would he go, oh, what?
What go off? You kind of cut out there for
JFK.
JFK.
If a JFK was to happen today,
an assassination. Okay.
What would happen? Would confetti
Bullet
go
sniffing.
off? Would confetti go off whenever the shot was made? Would nothing be splattered, or would he just sit there and go, "Oh, what was that?"
He'd sniff the bullet.
Most of Canada, you would kind of go, okay, something happened. What?
We'd have to deal with Kamala. That's what would happen.
Yeah. Even that's kind of questionable.
Technically, no. See, just because she's the vice president, she does not technically automatically become the president.
Okay, like that's fine, but we have a history of that happening.
Technically, the Senate can. The Senate can actually hold an emergency vote.
She's the president of the Senate.
No,
but she's actually kind of questioning whether she wants the job or not.
She's the head. She's not technically the head of the Senate. Technically, the head of the Senate is Turtle.
I'm pretty sure the vice president is the president of the Senate.
In any case, I would say
they're Sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't make sense that anyone would do that in the first place, because he's just one bad day from having I fall and I can't get up moment down the stairs of Air Force One. Honestly, it's amazing they managed to keep him upright this long.
Yeah.
Well, he has had a lot of ice cream, and he has a lot of sit-down moments.
Yeah. And they don't call him the Port Depends for nothing.
It was a joke. It was a joke question. It's like if once a head been hit, would confetti go off? Would nothing be splattered? Meaning that there's nothing in there, or would he just go, "Oh, what?"
Well,
because he's so fucking brain dead. He wouldn't
very
know.
Metaphorical there, so please forgive us for not necessarily catching.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Sparky jokes don't land very well.
Yeah,
I got
shut
that
up.
completely, and like I said, he sniffed the bullet. So, I mean, if you
I
don't
think
get
we could
all-
rest
all,
assured.
all this proves, Gen Max, is that you've been dealing with Sparky longer enough to understand his humor.
I know.
The
All,
one
all
thing to be
this.
sure of is they wouldn't notice.
Yeah, I think you would.
Well,
Yeah, I've
was
heard,
this-
yeah, that too.
Would this happen before or after his nap time?
That is a good question.
Is it all the time is nap time?
No, that is very questionable. Would the wife be there?
Would she be coordinated enough to pick up brain chunks?
Well, Nancy Reagan did it well enough, so. Yeah.
Of course, they're a doctor.
Yeah.
Isn't she like a doctor of dog walking or something?
So
Pretty much, yes.
I'm a really hot take. So I'm a bit of an accelerationist. So I
You
want
are?
things to get
No, please say no.
I want things to get maximally bad so people can figure out what everybody's trying to say. And as a result, I think Fauci should run for president.
I never knew
Fuck
you were an
you.
accelerationist, except for the fact that all the NASCAR. Every time you would talk, I would hear NASCAR in the background.
Okay, whoa.
Let's go,
Okay, no, I hate
Brandon.
NASCAR. Okay.
That's not what I mean. Rev, room.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, he likes to drive on, and turn to the left at all times.
Yes,
But
or right,
I-
whichever.
I'm just saying, like, at this point, I don't even care anymore. I like, so whenever we get to talk about the policy, like, of COVID, I think they should go, like, maximum to the extreme, just so everybody can just figure it out. And if they still can't figure it out after that point, if the people are still profoundly stupid after that point, then what the only thing is left is the Boogaloo cause.
Assuming that still remains an option. See, this is why I'm not an accelerationist. I would like things to get better. I don't expect them to, really. But I would like them to get better rather than worse, because there's no guarantee they'll ever nose up until everything's a smoking crater.
Well, there's no guarantee it'll get better either. And that's kind of the thing.
Well, that's always a given, but I would much rather have it get better than a smoking crater. I kind of want humanity to survive. We get our population off this rock, we start colonizing other planets, then fine, we can let this one go to shit. But we're not there yet.
We're not going to be there for a while.
I agree that I would rather things get better on their own, but I don't think they will. So I'm just being cynical, I suppose.
No, you're just being you, a complete asshole. We love you for it, so it's okay.
Isn't that what cynicism is assholishness, pretty much?
Yeah. You know, I enjoy
Tomato,
conversations. You know, I enjoy conversations like this a lot better than the Kyle Kev conversation we had a month ago.
Oh yes. That was a very unique conversation. That was a.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was a long-winded conversation.
You don't remember? I gave you a headache for that.
Oh no,
one.
I don't remember anybody by the name of Kyle, whatever the fuck from Texas.
No.
I see
No,
where
he
he's going with
was
that. No,
probably,
I'm seeing where he's going with that.
Yes.
Belinsky. who
Look,
there are
at the end
piles to be having an issue with.
there was an issue of somebody who what was the conversation on that one? What was the wasn't the factor that the ex-husband who with said child goes over to the boyfriend of the ex-wife to find out where said child is because they had the ex-husband had rights to the child at that time frame and he ended up getting deaded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and, you know, charges still haven't been brought yet.
Yeah, I just came to the conclusion that all the parents in the story were completely retarded, and then just left it at that.
Well, no, time out. I said I liked these conversations better than that one because at least this one was.
Look,
we're similarly talking about this, and it's like,
God, Tyro's here. Wow,
no, not this
here
one.
A long time, Taro. Greetings.
Oh god.
Hey, Arcater. Man, I haven't talked to you in forever.
and by Tyro, I mean Rogue 2.0.
No, we've established that Rogue is actually spurgier than me. So.
Wait, time
I'm
out.
not-
Tyro, I got something for you.
Oh, okay.
So you remember how you were wanting Rogue to come on for Anime Watch Club?
Could you just stop right now? Just
Yeah,
stop.
there's an open invite. Rogue, I have no
No.
animosity.
Shut up, Tyro. Shut the fuck up.
The animosity is completely on your side.
Shut
thanks for your
the fuck
scene.
up, Tyro, for
See?
just a brief moment.
See, I offer my hand in friendship, and he spits.
Hey,
on
just
face.
listen. Just
Not my
listen to him.
problem.
Hey, just listen to him real quick.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping it quiet for a brief moment. So, Sparky proposed a very interesting scenario when we were chit-chatting about something yesterday. And he mentioned the fact that there was a certain animation that he hasn't seen yet and would like to see. And apparently you might be also added into this particular animation troupe as well as what is it, Atheist, Paladin Atheist as well. The animation in question is called Arcane, League of Legends. I have already put,
Yeah.
Could you let me finish? I've already put my name into the hat to help you with this.
Oh, cool.
There's
Thank
a
you.
League
catch.
of Legends fan.
There is. Thank you. There is a catch. You have to keep it under 5 fucking minutes.
I knew that.
Hey, I have a 5, but the episodes are longer than 5 minutes.
No, your conversation portion of it, short. We're not doing a 3-hour diatribe. The moment you hit a certain market, I'm out.
No documentary, Tyro. Is basically what
Okay,
I'm saying.
well then you talk first, and then I'll talk, and then you can bail if you need to. That's fine. Sounds good to me.
I'm pretty short, sweet, to the point when it comes down to my statements.
I know. Yes, you don't
Anyways,
do well with
that's-
long conversations. I know that's one of your communication restrictions from the tisms. I understand. I'm willing to accommodate your special needs, bro.
Okay, guys. I come on. Let's just.
All right, Tyra, I'm gonna jump in here. Your autism of just constantly going and babbling, it gets to be too much for a show and other people.
I know. I do.
Yeah,
But he's
I
autistic, and he doesn't have the same level of idiocy that you do.
Yes. Rose.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I ramble, that I joke about it, but I know I ramble. That's why I say that I'm better with scripted content, where I have a chance to write things down.
Oh
pare it
no,
down, get
no,
to
you're
the
not.
point.
No.
With live content, I'm rambling.
All right,
'cause I'm
time
trying
out.
to
Time
get
out.
to the point.
With Redo of Healer, that was something a little
You
bit
were
different.
scripted on Redo of Healer, if I
Healer.
remember correctly.
Time out.
3 hours is
There's
not-
a lot of time out.
not
There's
short.
a lot of shit he
Partially
wanted to
scripted.
go through each episode.
Yes.
Oh my
Well,
god.
hey,
And
just imagine
time
how long
out.
they would have been if I
All right,
hadn't had
time
a
out.
script.
I believe Akada's going over there is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Yeah, he's already kind of getting his drugs, getting ready to.
I just have
do it
no
No input.
Well, actually, marketer, have you seen Redo of Healer?
Oh God,
I'm
no!
No,
afraid
no.
I have not.
I don't
You're
recommend
lucky.
it.
Noted. I shall
No.
probably not see it, but while I would like to credit your review on this moment, I must admit the odds of me seeing it otherwise were pretty low as well, because I just don't watch as much of anything these days.
Oh.
I'm struggling to be here now and focusing on this. It's not easy now.
No.
Yeah, Christine was saying you and her are pretty busy these days, she was saying.
Totally. Although I get the feeling personally I'm not really busy enough. I don't feel I'm applying my time efficiently yet. I'm getting there, I'm improving, and this is early in the year to be anguishing over it, but I need to do more. And I've made steps in that regard. I now do a Sunday Twitch stream for a ridiculous amount of time, and I have no idea what I'm doing with it yet. But I made an intro, so I'm some portion of the way there. Thank you. It has absolutely no following whatsoever, but it's putting the channel to use.
Yeah,
I've got a bit of intros. I've actually been editing my intros out, so I've got a new channel I've just made, and this has to do with the whole copyright bullshit I went through about 4 months ago from a German Nazi copyright company. But it's like it's reaction, review, commentary style of different shows, and it's called STC Watch Club. All these guys here with me, except for Vlad, have been on with me doing these shows, and anyone who wants to join in, they can, but it's like right now as it is, I've got enough content to last till like April 2023, and we're still recording. So
Yes,
I've
yes,
got a
indeed.
lot of shit I'm doing.
Oh wait, I gotta do some of that shit for you.
Yeah, that's why I hired you to.
I know. Yeah, I've been hired to be your editor there for certain programs there, Tyro.
All right, someone messaged me about the Rancor in Boba Fett episode 3, so I was just clarifying something with him.
Yeah,
No,
the Rancor does exist. Yes, it's a thing.
Yes, Rancors exist, but
I've hired Rogue to help edit out some of the dead air and some of the episodes because there's just too many for me to do, and I don't have enough time of walking this and everything else.
He also originally gave me an initiative to do some fine tuning, and I rejected it on the pretense that
you stop stirring the pot.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, and because I know you're cutting the dead air, so I've said my goal is to have as little dead air as possible, so you don't have to do too much work, Rogue. See, I'm saving you time and effort. That's how considerate I am.
I gotta love some of the people that come on my channel.
I know, isn't it awesome?
Yep.
And it has been mentioned that both with Sparky and Tyro, it's been a long time since we've talked. I want you both to know that it hasn't been by design. I get the impression that some people start to feel that I've been reclusive. It's not that I've become reclusive, I've always been reclusive. There was this illusion for a time that I hung out with people while I was still having guests on when I was still doing that.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm like a dealing with one person at a time sort of person, generally speaking. And I haven't been avoiding anyone. I go when invited, even now.
Actually, time out. I never actually really thought you were. I just figured you're just busy with stuff. So
I didn't presume you were assuming it. This is my perhaps completely unfounded concern that people have gotten that idea over time.
Ah, no.
I mean, you're a mad scientist type like me. I kind of assumed that you had reclusive tendencies. By the way, on the Twitch, I just want to get that out there. It's cool. You don't need a Vroid or any of those like VTuber things because you have like your whole costume and stuff already. I mean, you're basically a living VTuber of a sort, but without the fancy equipment. It's really cool.
Hell, actually, no. I've got Arca to thank for my OBS setup because I always figured out how to, like whenever I was on Hangouts or just doing stuff with, because I do this with the Melon app on GNF with the OBS and the background overlays. He's the one that actually gave me the link for, what was it, OBS Cam? Is that what OBS Cam. And that's what I've been using for my green screen, all that good stuff. So he's actually helped my channel out tremendously because of that.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that. It's very little, but thank you.
I get a delay right now because I'm having trouble with my internet, so I apologize for that.
Honestly, I think it's Discord. Every now and then there's a delay. Sometimes I get an echo on my end, so...
Yeah, I don't know why. Discord's been doing that, especially whenever I've been recording shows. It happened whenever we were doing certain scientific railgun Thursday with me and Tyro. I don't know why it just kept echoing every now and then.
I honestly think it's because they're having trouble with their servers, since they probably don't have enough because a lot of people have moved to this forum, essentially.
Keep in mind there, Gemex, everybody's been locked in their house. What are they going to do?
Yeah. and they're at this critical point, and they probably can't afford to, the way the service is run, it probably can't afford to update their servers or expand their servers right now at this point.
Not everybody can go to Mexico.
But anyways, no, I do want to offer this out to Arcative because I've done this to different people on my Discord. I got a list of people that I prefer, recommend to everyone. And I usually give them their own little channel where they can post. And there's a couple people that, either removed their channels or they've left the Discord because of, other reasons. Either because they just didn't want to be in here anymore, or they got yeeted, or they just stopped doing
Sparky,
what
they just don't like you no
well,
more.
okay. I don't care. But no, since Arcadus joined in, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if you want to give me a link to either one of your channels on YouTube or Twitch or whatever that you stream to, I can put
Build
that
your
into
shit.
I can put that into the bar, and they can automatically show in the Discord if you want.
Oh, well, that's very neat. I suppose I'm really trying to build on using that stupid Twitch channel for the time being, so I will send that to you immediately.
All right,
Hey,
I'll get
You're
that
making
set
the
up
most use of the
tonight. And we got Tom Leach. Here you go, have a wrench.
Everybody gets a wrench. Please beat it over Tyro's head.
Except for me, and we know the reason why.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
have abused your wrench privileges, Jim Axe.
Well, there's other reasons too. I don't want to pull a Brockus.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And speaking,
I haven't heard from Brockus in forever.
Out of all of us here, I am probably the most likely to, simply because I am old and I do have senile moments, and I am on a lot of medication. So.
I will talk to Brockus every now and then, and I'll just usually send him some controversial. It'll be like a picture of Jean-Luc Picard's like, this is Darth Vader from this other series, piloting this ship from this other series. I send him stuff like that just to get a reaction from him.
Oh, that's nice. I'm glad someone keeps in touch with him.
I do.
We heard from him, what was it, 6 months ago? He sounded like he was doing a lot better since he got off the C stream.
That's good. It's amazing what getting more and more offline will do to your mental health in terms of improving it.
Huge booms. This is why I ban myself from Twitter every month or so.
I have left Twitter completely, and God, did that help.
No, I still have an account. I haven't perused in a while.
I still go on there. I still get in stupid arguments with some regularity, but every once in a while when I realize it's starting to really chafe mentally, I just take a month off that I only use for promotion otherwise. No conversations, just links. Just links.
I am a Twitter addict,
I
so I have to go to, in order to, I just had to go cold turkey.
I generally peruse the TikToks, because you can always find some very interesting cringe.
Now, TikTok's fun.
You made that you made that little bobblehead for me, and I still got it in the DMs on Discord. I have not done anything with it yet.
Recognized it.
I've not got a chance to do anything with that yet, and it's like, fuck. Although I think I see it pop up every now and then in one of your streams. I think you got them on like a cycled rotation.
I've already built the set since, so I don't have that built into the new set, which is you're seeing partially right now. It's basically a placeholder till I build a more personally thematically accurate boiler room to use. But I do have all those bubbles, or the recorded videos of them anyway, still, including the late Beard Baron.
Yeah, but anyways, no, yeah. You're in the Discord now. We do this show every Sunday, and like I said, it's an open invite. There's no set panel. People come on, just hey, if I'm on, you want to chat, you're bored, whatever, you can stay in the chat and type in the chat, or you can hop on in the VC and talk in the VC. It's whatever. The show's usually gone for about 2 to 3 hours, and yeah, that's about it.
Sometimes many days.
Sometimes they go on for 5 or 6 hours, just depending on what kind of a tangent we go into. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Fair enough.
I'm back.
I'm generally willing to show up whenever I have the time. I prefer to schedule things out though, because this is a bit of a fluke really. The reason I was able to do this on short notice is because, well, in about 19 minutes I'll be launching the incredibly long Twitch stream that I don't really know what to do with. So I was already ready, you see.
What we need to do is get an inflatable hot tub and put in whipped cream.
Oh, I think Miss Team would love that too much.
Yeah, probably. I'd pay for that.
Oh, goddamn! Don't.
I was borrowing that from G4 TV back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, see? Never let a good gimmick die.
Back when G4 was halfway decent. Although,
yes.
I mean, I don't know. It was always kind of lowbrow, but
it was.
I loved G4 when I was growing up. I even loved Tech TV. Like that was my thing.
I like
now it's a shell of itself.
That whole suggestion is not from this source.
Did you guys all see how this all started, though?
Yes, I did.
I think I showed you the video, Rogue, and basically the thing is she had an opinion of how PlayStation was Dead Man Walking.
Yeah.
And people sent her hate over that, essentially, internet hate. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and she took that as I'm a woman. You go, but
They were mostly console scrubs within the PlayStation world, though. I do have a lot of questions on her mindset on that one. I mean, yeah, she definitely is trying to flag the Xbox or Microsoft in question. Even some of the game selections that she picked were kind of questionable.
She's not a gamer.
No,
she plays on her phone, and that's how she does it.
No, she's an activist.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds about more right.
True.
That's increasingly aren't they all?
But she's not a gamer. She's
now. Here's something stupid, by the way. Just throwing this out here. This is going to make me sound profoundly retarded. So, I didn't realize that X-Play and G4 were like this until literally last night.
Yes.
I was watching some stupid Maddie Plays fucking video, and then that X-Play thing came up, and I was just like, I've been kind of ignoring this for a year. Maybe it isn't that bad. And then I saw like the title and then her, and I actually didn't see her as like a lefty activist immediately. I thought my first impression was like 90s, early 2000s rocker in the thumbnail, which is insanely naive in hindsight. And I should have read the description because I clicked on it and regret ensued and some mild sadness. Because
you masturbate to really weird porn?
Yes, he does.
No, like what?
It's like you had that regret, like when you either like slept with a fat chick after getting drunk one night, or jerked off to some really weird porn, and then just feel this like shame.
I just felt like a large chunk of my childhood was nuked in 3.5 minutes.
Look, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you had a childhood, period, because of Adam Sessler. Adam Sessler has always hated gamers. He's pretty much long-time employee for J4 and always hated the gaming sphere.
But I was ignorant to that. I didn't know that. And so like until again recently, because when I started looking into it, I didn't know about all these tweets and all that shit. And then I'm like, oh my God, like I just felt lied to. Really?
No, the beautiful thing, Gamergate pretty much opened up the Seth pool that is Adam Sessler to the world at large, and that's the only thing I can actually say was good for Gamergate is you got to see the real individuals in front of the gaming sphere.
Have you ever wondered why we, instead of focusing on the guy, they always focused on the woman that was hot and actually knew what the fuck she was talking about over him? I mean, you never caught that? She was pretty good. Morgan Webb was pretty good camouflage. Let's be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. Look, I watched a lot of like 50% of why I watched G4 at all was Megan Webb and Olivia Munn. And
Munn, like Megan, Ken. They were pretty much the foundation of G4. Everybody else was just there reading a script and making it believable.
Here's the thing. They're what those things we call in the military called camouflage. They cover up all the bad parts that you don't want to be seen. Or the parts you don't want to be seen and want to remain hidden. That's what they were. And they were very good at it. And when they left, the show was over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, there were other good parts to Gamergate. I mean, for one, it was the perhaps the start of a sort of a wake-up call for how we can't trust journalists.
No, Dorito-gate was the wake-up call. There was a few others before that. Gamergate was kind of a hangover from Dorito-gate.
No, the best thing about Gamergate was the very delicious and fantastic, mundane Matt videos. All 300.
Well, that's a bit of a question on that one. The IRL, the RC, sorry, that exists for Five Guys and Fries, pretty much pushed Monday Matt in order to give you that expose, which triggered a certain internet aristocrat to take over from that flag bearer.
Yeah. Well,
I do believe Monday Matt has been released from the Twitter shed.
Yes.
So he is allowed to see the light of day again. He's still fucking it up.
Of course he is.
But he has his internet rights back. So
No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, he's still picking up boulders too, I'm sure.
I thought it was rocks.
There were
No,
boulders to his son, really. To
his
his
son,
father.
I thought he was crushing his son with boulders. Is what he was
No,
doing.
you never know. I mean, yeah, tomato, black, white, doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, the boulders could have been his balls. I mean, we don't really know what he was referring to.
We just went to a
Sparky,
dark
Atheist
place.
is asking when
I see it. I see it.
See, Sparky sees the dark place.
Well, tonight we're doing a movie, aren't we? We're doing the Sonic movie, correct?
We are doing the Sonic movie, which I have not
Dude,
seen.
movie.
Atheist hasn't seen.
Wait, you guys
And-
haven't seen the Sonic movie?
I have.
God.
I haven't gotten around to it.
Haven't, but I'd say it's kind of funny how that movie's one of the few success stories where they actually listened to the audience and fixed a major fuck up.
Well, it's kind of a question
Oh my
on
God,
that one. There.
Rogue is gonna go all conspiracy theory on
time
that.
out.
It's a question on it.
Well, before Rogue does that, no, on SAC Watch Club we've been doing anime, but I'm also trying to do movies and TV shows also. And fortunately,
If we're talking about the live-action Sonic movie, though, that first CGI thing that should not have existed.
No, it existed for a reason. It actually existed for a reason. There was a reason behind that one there. That first one was more or less for promotional. They wanted to focus squarely on the actual shoes and not the actual character. And the studios wanted to be hyper-realistic. The production in that wanted to be more in tune to the actual character at large that we see in the Sega as mascots and that. Sega really, had no game in who was going to choose on which, even though they created the character. So they didn't care either way. They had
almost like the game Monster Hunter,
Yeah, pretty much. If you look at the actual time frame of when the promotional came out, a lot of that was shadowed for the most part. And you can tell that they were going to go with a realistic character, even in the promotional material. So why everybody cringed on it before even seeing the actual monstrosity that was, I still question. After they did do the first reveal, it only took about, give or take, 3 to 6 months to replace the CGI character and make very little changes to the actual script. I actually think it was more or less director versus production director one. Both characters were ready to go.
I think that isn't true, and I have found no evidence to substantiate the claim.
You're never going to find the evidence because it's locked away behind the walls of Hollywood.
I know, but you could say that about literally anything.
No, the walls of Hollywood, when it comes down to that, and if you've ever worked in Hollywood or even within that area, there is a two different talking heads here. You'll have the production who has a few individuals who are just marketing and marketing only. They see how much money they can make by just shilling out wares. That's it. Yeah. Because originally the designment of the character is based off of the shoe. It was a Nike shoe that they wanted to sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, but no. So my point that I'm making though is there's no way to substantiate the claim that
the claim is
made it look retarded.
The evidence is by the time frame the movie was already completed, ready to be released. It was delayed for less than 6 months. Within that time frame, it's enough time to take out a character to put it in, and that's it. And if you look at the rendering of the updated Sonic, it isn't perfect. It's like a very quick render, and it was a throw-in for this character.
All right.
Technically, they do.
Well,
all
right, time out. With that being said, Arcado, it looks like you've been trying to say something.
Yes. Well, I need to wrap my appearance here. I'm afraid I need to launch my own thing, but I will say that I'm not a diehard fan of these properties. I have no particular investment in the Sonic franchise. I just recognize that first CGI thing as awful in every way imaginable. And if the replacement was imperfect, what an improvement in context!
Agreed.
Actually, out of curiosity, Arcater, would you put the first CGI before or behind Ken Pender's work on Sonic?
And Pender's work. I'm not sure if I
Ken
have the
Penders,
reference.
he's the guy who made a whole bunch of Sonic OCs and actually copyrighted them on Archie Comics. Like he has like a dozen variations of Knuckles that are actually copyrighted to him, and that Sega has to watch out on using. He also had some very creepy fantasies involving some of the Sonic characters that he
Okay.
put into the comics.
I will say that ethically, Ken Pender's work has to be much worse. Visually, I haven't seen much of his work, but visually, I don't think that's as likely to haunt my nightmares as that first Sonic version.
Then I
Or-
suggest not Googling Ken Penders.
I will not. I vow it.
Well, so what I have to what I will say about Sonic though is it's kind of sad that it was Sonic of all games that was the one of the big successful video game movies. So I actually thought it was really good. Surprisingly,
For
I was
a couple
shocked.
other ones that were successful, but
Very few.
yeah.
Very few.
All right, let me get this out because I got a feeling Arcado's got to go because he's got to get his stuff set up on his side for stream. If you want, go ahead and throw your link out in the chat, and I do have it. I've got you tagged in it. I've got a channel that's called Sparky's Network for you that you can post all your stuff to. So
Well,
feel free to
thank you.
use it.
After all these years, I still suck at shilling. So
Don't worry, that's why we got bots for.
Yeah.
That's an excellent use for bots. Much better than, say, assorted global entities are, because the chat has had to smash several quite regularly in my streams.
Yeah, they've been coming out of the Roadwalks. I think I'm surprised I have not seen any on my channel, but I know Antoine has started streaming again on his channel, and I think the mods had to get rid of like 10 bots on his channel whenever he first started streaming again this year. So I'm lucky I haven't seen that on this channel, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on it either.
Mysterious. No idea how they choose it. Who knows? Maybe it's random. But, well, it's given people who have wrenches something to do in chat. It's sort of a fun game.
Yes.
Bug smashing.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Bot hunter.
Except when they miss the bot and accidentally mute or kick someone else out of the chat, which has happened. I'm not going to name names. They know what they did, and I'm sure they feel bad about it.
Right,
Thank
Jim
you
Max?
all for having me on. It's been a pleasant visit, and it's good to see people who haven't spoken so long. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yes.
See ya.
Have a good one.
I'll pop by your Twitch sometime, Marketer.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, that out of the way.
we go back to shit
Movies
talking on him
that
now?
were successful before the Sonic. That was, you have
Video game
Angry
movies.
Birds, and you have Pokemon, the Detective Pikachu,
Time
the
out.
reverse.
Time out.
Add the reverse resident video.
Can I point something out?
Mm.
I mean, it didn't even take him a half a second just to jump back in.
Who?
Rogue. It took him less like a half a second. It's like, okay, going back to what I was talking about.
But you know, Rogue, he's
Yeah,
on with the subject.
I never said
Take
it was
notes,
the
Tyro.
only. I said it was one of the very few. Was my exact words.
Well, in Mario Brothers movie, yes, I did. I know it bombed, but I still loved it. I
actually agree. I agree with Tyro here. Actually, for some reason.
Half and half on that one. If I go back to my younger self, yes, I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. If I go back to my older self watching it again, questionable how high I was at the time the first time I watched it.
Did anybody
Andy
watch
from
that Need for
Scott?
Speed one?
I mean,
Dude, ew.
Need for Speed from 2014.
Oh, God damn it!
God.
I don't think I've seen that.
Best
you wanna
watch if
see
you
me
watch
with
it.
that?
Yes.
Let's
I'm
ignore
with
it.
that. I'm up for it. I always like
But-
watching bad movies.
But now here's the thing: you give me like a bottle of scotch and a bag of weed, and put on fucking Blu-ray Mario movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't even.
Yeah,
There's
it's
Hey, Tyro, have you been able to get a chance to actually watch the Doom movie from 2005?
The
You know-
one with The Rock.
Yeah, Dwayne the Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
It would have
my
been better if
favorite-
Rock was the Doom guy.
one Rock should have been the Doom guy. And two, I did like the first person segment they had. They should have had more of that. In my
They
opinion.
did
That was
in the
so much better.
director's cut.
Yeah,
It went
as
on
well
for
as the
like
trailer.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
they do. They go
Yeah.
for a long time.
I liked how the handicapped dude became Pinky Demon. That was kind of based on the Doom 3 model. That was kind of neat. Other than that, it was I don't know. It felt kind of meh. It really
Who all
just
here
can't
remembers the
keep
Far
that.
Cry movie?
I do. I also remember the Postal movie that came out in 2000.
Oh, I
Actually,
know,
you
you
know what
watched
movie?
everything.
Hold on. Do you know what movie was surprisingly good? Actually, that very few people will remember the Halo 4 movie.
Yeah, there was a Halo based movie that came out.
Yeah, there's a Halo-based, couple Halo-based movies that
what
were
was that? That
fairly
was
decent.
Dawn. Oh fuck, I can't remember the name of it now. But yeah, I remember what you're talking about. It's basically covering Lasky's backstory for how he was.
Yeah,
in Halo
well,
4.
the only bad thing about that movie that the only thing about it I hated was the very opening scene where they were in like an interview room. Like I thought they could have cut that entire scene out of the movie and it would have been fine. Like it was a useless scene and completely irrelevant, and it just sucked. But everything after that was actually really good, and the pacing was really good, and I liked how it followed that Halo fucking like rhythm, I guess.
Yeah.
So like
Now we all agree that I know we're all going to agree on this one that I'm saying here. We all agree that Double Dragon was by far the greatest video game movie ever.
yes, it was.
I
Yes.
still haven't seen that.
In comparative to the Street Fighter movie, I would say yes.
It's yes. Even though the two guys.
I love the
course.
Street Fighter movie too.
I like the ending bit with Bison.
Of course. No, anyways.
I like the fact that they made fun of it because you see Bison on his little fucking flying thing and it's got a Nintendo pad right there or a joystick. I like the fact that they don't make
the
it
power
fun of
pad.
it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, and the OG Mortal Kombat movie was great.
Yeah, that was actually that was good.
Mortal
I like
Kombat
the first
did
one,
not
yeah.
have that.
Well,
Yeah,
the only thing I really liked about that movie was Bison. The guy who played Bison was
Julia
perfect.
great.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God, he was awesome.
me,
as
it was a
Bison.
But Christopher
Still a great line.
Lambert is extremely underrated.
I agree.
Mhm. That is true too.
I wish he got better projects. I think the problem with Lambert is he keeps going for like cheap stuff.
Of course. I mean, it's
just
what's ever
doesn't
available
count.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a very odd opinion and can only take those ones that are given to him.
I mean, it's up to with the Christian Slater-based movies, and that he's only able to get certain types if he's lucky.
Hugh Ball is the best director in history.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
kidding.
whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa.
kidding.
Uwe
It's a
Boll?
joke. It was a
Jeez,
joke.
with you, I don't know. But I do agree that Postal, like the first few minutes they were Postal, where they're making fun of the 9/11 terrorists, that made me laugh a lot.
I
That was
did
really
did
funny.
not watch it.
Oh, it's a decent watch. I'm not going to say it's great from beginning to end.
There's some laughs in there.
Yeah.
Keep
I
on
just
forgetting
watched-
that
Better than most of the Bowl movies.
there was a
Look-
Max Payne movie. Oh my God.
Yes, there was a
Max.
Max Payne movie that had nothing to do with Max Payne for the most part.
Yeah, well, before Postal 2 Postal even came out, the movie, I and a friend of mine got really high and just watched a marathon of his movies.
Mm.
And it was fun. Like his movies sucked, but you're high, who cares?
How
Yeah,
many-
you really don't really.
How
That
many
adventure.
video game movies has Marky Mark been in now, counting Far Cry?
Let's
a
see
few.
here. Mark Wahlberg. I know he was in Max Payne. I believe. Let's see what else.
He's in another one. I know he was. I think he's been in 3 or 4 total.
I
And they all fail.
Well, again, Marky Mark. Most
Yeah.
of his movies tend to fail.
Why does he keep getting more movies and paid?
Because he's got
Look.
he's got a certain presentation that certain women of a certain age love.
once he loses those looks and that presentation,
he's a male. It's very rare that actually happens.
Look, I want Sylvester Stallone in a Double Dragon remake. Or not Sylvester Stallone. Shit. Wow, I'm sorry.
I would have loved to see Sylvester Stallone in a Double Dragon remake.
No, I did not mean Sylvester Stallone. I really didn't.
I think you did, because I would love to see that.
I meant the Under Siege guy.
Have you ever thought about working in Hollywood?
You had it right the first time.
Have you ever thought about working in Hollywood? Because I think you'd be great at it. Because that's the kind of shit.
Who's that guy Under Siege? Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. We should have him do this.
Yeah.
Hire that guy. Throw money at him. He'll do a great job.
Look, Steven Seagal, I'm sorry. I will watch every one of his movies. I don't care.
Well, he has to find a way to get back on a diet, but yeah, he was really good at the time.
No, that's not why.
Eating Asians.
He is a walking meme. All right?
Yes, he is.
And I can't not watch his shitty movies.
No, he's done. Sorry, excuse me. Just brief. I know he's done like a reality TV show where he's supposed
to be
training.
Which was amazing, by the way.
It was actually.
I didn't just shoot the bullet. I pushed the bullet in. It's like, okay.
Yeah, there we go. God damn it. Steven. And then everybody at Hollywood is, I need to become a reserve cop. And everybody, I was like, oh, no. Everybody did become a reserve cop in Hollywood at that point. Even Shaq. My God.
Oh, it was, what was Ted Nugent did as well.
Oh, fuck me. Jesus Christ. That is, I remember. Because Steven Seagal made it popular. I'm like, no! This is why your fucking city is so fucked up.
And then he sold out to Russia.
Well, if he was gonna sell out, he was gonna go to the highest bidder.
Let's be honest, Steven Seagal had it right going with Putin.
Maybe he'll teach Putin some moves.
Oh yeah, but he is one of those few Hollywood living memes that you could just make fun of. Now, if you would only stop eating Asians to gain their karate power, he would be fine.
He needs to in order to keep that weight going.
I know, but he's going for sumo wrestler next.
Oh, speaking of that, I think a very underrated movie that needs to be brought back is Kung Pao.
I don't think they're ever going to bring anything like that back for a while.
That movie was just so fucking good, and and I guess it's too edgy now, but it was great.
I mean, this is what we have for Western Hollywood. You're stuck with whatever we got for the next 5 years until they start making something new, and it's going to be questionable because of goofs.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a sequel, and it never happened.
Yeah, no, it was considered offensive.
Yeah.
No, it's when they would decide to go into the Asian market, so they had to get rid of all that. And now, Western Hollywood is now reconsidering their choice of going into the Asian market.
I would make a movie, put a black guy in it, and then in post-production, put a big a banner over him that says "Censored for China."
That would do it.
Just to be an asshole.
No, that's actually a good comedy right there. I mean, didn't South Park do that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Muhammad.
Yeah.
Who was Santa Claus in the end?
Yeah. That was hilarious.
And then everybody was so offended. I was like, why did? And then everybody actually saw it. And was like, okay, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, why are you offended with South Park? Where have you been? South Park is pretty offensive.
Yeah, South Park lucked out just with timing.
Yes,
because if that came out right now today, it would
be a hard sell. It would be a hard sell.
Here's the thing: you don't have to sell it these days. You really don't. You just have to put it on the internet and then watch it get picked up.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because this is the same thing that happens to Has Been Hotel. But we'll look exactly on that one. Exactly what happened.
Well, that's true.
You had a slightly edgy animation that was on YouTube, got picked up by major studios, and what did they do? Pretty much kill everybody and are going to be retooling it to fit their market.
Well, you know what really hurt was finding out that even the guys from the Whitest Kids You Know went woke.
Mhm. Yeah.
Kids in the Hall. Yeah.
That hit a sore spot. Because I'm just sitting there like, you've got to be kidding me. Because the Whitest Kids You Know was extremely edgy. Like that was a huge part of like just my childhood there, you know.
Look at Kids in the Hall. It was basically Monty Python skits redone for that generation.
Yeah.
And they got, and all of them essentially recently, or within the last 5 years, have gone, oh, we're super against Orange Man Bad and all the shit we did.
Be very careful on that one because there's certain people that
well, there were some people that were fine, but
yeah, that's what I mean. It's some just didn't really care.
But where you had like Monty Python where they just fucking kept the whole group almost kept on giving the middle finger until the day they're dead or are about to die here soon. I mean, because
the Whitest Kids You Know guys did a whole stream where they sat there for like almost 2 hours taking back old jokes.
Yeah.
Saying that they wish they had never done them. And then they did a movie that was completely woke as fuck, and it was just like anti-white people, the movie.
Yeah, and I haven't seen really any number of the trip of Kids in the Hall, you know, taking back a lot of their jokes.
Okay.
Like I said, you need to work in Hollywood because that is a great name for a movie.
Alright, time out. I am back. I was in the middle of trying to do something in the Discord and I got done. Vlad, I think everyone but Sparky liked it. What are you talking about?
Oh, the Mario movie.
Yeah.
You talking about the 1993 one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked
only one. Oh, you groaned. So I think. Okay.
No.
I think he's groaning because of the fact that I kind of jumped in there and brought back movies very quickly.
That's when I kind of groaned.
Well, Tyro mentioned it, and then you went, ugh.
Maybe I don't know. I wasn't really.
I liked it. I liked it for the simple fact of same reason why I like
peanut butter.
Well, not peanut butter. The movie, the game had no set story point.
Yes,
it had no backstory to it. It was just
yes, it did.
It does have a backstory to it.
Yeah, it was Princess Peach vagina.
Princess Peach was abandoned here and in an orphanage.
The video game itself.
The games had no set backstory. At the time when that show came out, that movie came out, the only games I was like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Someone apparently does not remember a certain wrestler who wore a uniform and did lots of cartoons.
I was about to say, Mario had lore at that point.
Yeah, he did.
Mario had lore at the beginning, actually.
Actually, no, his very first lore portion of it would have been the Super Mario Brothers, the actual arcade-based game.
Okay, you got to play both characters. What I liked about the Mario movie is is actually the reason that I hate many other movies, but because it's Mario, it's okay. And that is, it took the name Mario and then said, fuck you, fuck your plot, and the video games are stupid, and we're gonna make this shitty fucking movie, and it's gonna suck. That was the great thing about it. Like, it was an absolute bastardization of everything that is Mario, and in doing so actually was better than everything I've ever played that was a Mario game, because I fucking hate Mario.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
and he doesn't eat spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, I like the movie. I think the two I liked Mario, Luigi, John Leguizamo, and I can't remember the other guy. The guy actually played Mario. I can't remember him. I like the actors. I also like the actors that played Iggy and Spike.
Oh yeah.
Aside from that, that's it.
You had some actually really high class actors that played in there, except John Leguizamo.
Well, I mean, Leguizamo was chopping his teeth realistically for that one. I mean,
he needed something on it. That was like one of his first major breakout roles, I guess. I mean,
by the way, everything I said about the Mario movie is why I think the Dragon Ball Z movie is a masterpiece. The live action one.
Oh god! You know what?
Seriously?
You know what? You know what?
Dude,
I'm gonna have to. We're not gonna bring live action anime movies that the Americans have fucked up. We're sticking with video games.
Okay.
No, hold on.
We'll be here forever until the end of 30.
No, I have a reason for this. I'm sure Tyro wants to know what my justification is for my blasphemy.
Does he really?
All right, yeah. What's your reasoning?
Oh God, Tyro, you fell for it. Why would you fall for the fucking trap card? We're gonna be here for a while, folks.
It's a trap.
Dragon Ball Z, all of that and everything about it sucks to such an extreme that I think it fundamentally ruined a large portion of the American culture by its own existence. And therefore, the live-action film is better because it was an absolute bastardization of everything that was Dragon Ball.
Here's the good thing about the live-action version: it got treated treated the same way as GT did. Doesn't exist.
That's what?
Okay, so your argument for it is on cultural grounds more than the artistic merits of the work itself.
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
if I looked at it as a standalone movie and let's say none of the anime existed, right? I would hate the movie, like just on the basis of it just being.
I've heard it
a
doesn't
movie.
really work as a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and other than Chow Yun Fat, which I'm kind of a fan of, but aside from that,
cool.
but the point is though is that the movie as a film sucks, but because it completely violates its source material and in a way that it's just like when I watched that movie, I felt like I was watching the Genghis Khan movie with fucking the Duke.
John Wayne.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was very much like that. Just like take your culture and shove it up your fucking ass. This is our movie. I loved it. Like
John Wayne. Oh God, I remember that he's talking in that fucking Western accent. My God, fucking.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Pilgrim, I'm gonna fucking take over this and cut your balls off and shove them down your throat.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, I'm not a big like Dragon Ball Z stan. Like, I like Dragon Ball Z Kai is watchable to me, but I couldn't watch.
Because they cut out most of the filler.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kai is watchable and it's okay.
It actually almost takes
Dragon
5
Ball Z
minutes.
the greatest shonen ever or anything like that.
All
there
right.
are people who argue that it's the greatest.
Power 9000.
Yeah,
actually. That
over
was
9,000. Get it right.
That whole fucking moment right there was fucking overblown. It was never supposed to be. It's over 9,000. No,
I know.
Over 9,000. It's like
I
that's what it's supposed to be.
But here's the thing. You have to understand something. So okay, first time I ever watched Dragon Ball Z ever, that episode. Many years later, I'm like, I'll try to give this show a chance because this friend of mine won't shut the fuck up. What is the first episode he plays? That fucking episode. And I'm like, I can't even get away from this one fucking episode that sucked. The over drama, like the extreme amount of drama in that scene alone is enough to deter me. Like it was oversold and overblown, as you said yourself, Sparky. And I can't. My brain, like it's like my brain goes, am I supposed to take this seriously or is this a comedy? And then when somebody tells me, no, it's supposed to be like a dramatic, serious moment, I'm like, oh, okay, well then it sucks at its one job.
Originally, if you're going for the Japanese source, yes. If you're going for the English source, no, because the actual voice actors at that time frame had no context, and a lot of them really didn't care.
No,
so here's the thing with some of those voice actors. Okay, so Ocean Studios gets very overshadowed for the dubbing of Dragon Ball Z because they had some pretty bad voice actors. They only had one good one, and that was Scott McNeil, and he's the one who played Piccolo, and he's the only one that got that fucking voice correct.
Yeah, I agree. Scott McNeil was very good Piccolo. I 100% agree on that. But yeah, but people hold up Dragon Ball Z as like one of the greatest. I don't hold it in that high regard. I think there are plenty of manga.
It's not
definitely on anime. It's
great.
But on manga, there's plenty of manga that's superior. I mean,
here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you some credit. Yes, I hate anime, all of them, and I'm more than willing to acknowledge that. As far as quality goes, Dragon Ball Z, and all of its following bullshit is actually significantly worse than most of the other animes I've seen that I also didn't like.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
Like, I
Well,
would rather
I don't-
watch Bleach. That's actually like how much I think Dragon Ball Z
it's the
sucks.
same same genre.
The same
It's-
type of
it's a
Story.
shonen jump. They're both
If you
shonen
want-
jumps.
If you want a long form shonen, that in my opinion has really strong literary quality, One Piece. One Piece I would put above Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
And, you know,
I've
I
also
would
seen
put
that.
that as
One
a contender
Piece?
as a strong, like as a long form shonen. Like
I
obviously,
will
Yeah,
there's other
dude.
ones that are
I
will
really hate
only-
One Piece.
I
I will
honestly
only watch-
don't
Really?
hate
Okay.
it or like it,
All right, time
so
out.
I just
I will
never
only
could get
watch
into it.
One Piece and then make a One Piece Kai, and get rid
Look,
of
I
most
I
of the
agree on
fucking
that. The anime, no. The manga is
filler
great. but
fucking
the anime,
episodes.
I agree. I agree.
Look,
the
I
manga,
will
the anime
only-
is too stretched. I agree.
I will only watch one piece of the DVD.
One Piece.
I see what you got there,
Yeah, I was like, you guys. I said, why aren't you guys laughing? That was actually pretty funny.
I see what you did there.
One piece of the DVD.
Because I got that right away. I was like, yeah, he
Yeah, so did I. And you noticed how quickly I laughed at that one?
I mean, I
quite
think
clever.
I know some people would put JoJo first and foremost.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
not a
no.
JoJo
I
stan.
hate fucking JoJo. I
I
absolutely
mean, I don't
fucking
mind
hate it.
JoJo. I mean,
No.
part 1 and part 2 of JoJo
Never
I did
watched
find
it.
entertaining.
Don't know.
Part 3 is where I dropped off the boat because I'm like,
I've never found any of that exciting.
I
or
got
entertaining.
beat. I'm gonna go train and then beat the guy. Yeah, that's basically all three of those. Let's be honest.
Hey, isn't it like almost like the what is it, the Karate Kid?
Yeah, I got beat up. I'm gonna go train with karate and become stronger. And power levels don't matter.
I'm able to go to like a fighting dojo contest and be able to beat everybody up.
Well, time out.
Welcome to Dragon Ball Z, where the power levels don't matter.
I'll make an argument. I'll make an argument that I think.
Oh God, Sparky, you're gonna make an argument? Shit.
No, I'll make an argument that I think stands very true up to this point in time about anime that teaches kids not to fucking give up, even if they're beaten, even if they don't win, and that would be Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the end credits of every anime.
I thought that I would think that is more retarded children should not.
No.
Hey.
I have questions on that one. That just teaches your children to abuse their pets to fight amongst each other.
That's what I mean. That
Well,
retarded children.
hold on.
Not only that, but trap them in a confined containment. Do not feed them while they're in that confined containment until they fight, and then if they're around, they might get fed.
Yes.
Dude, they could fuck their Pokemon too. Who cares? It's personal property.
Oh God.
All right.
Not what I was going with that whole thing. I'm talking about, striving for success, and if you don't win, just don't give up. That's the context I was getting at.
But if you're gonna do that, just watch Expendables at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true. Well, here's the thing. Pooh just went. Fuck. Damn it. Never mind. I've lost my train of thought. But basically, or 335, whatever the hell it is, or 355.
355. 355. The movie.
I will. I'll put it to you this much. There are some animes out there that don't get a lot of credit, and I think they should because of just some of the artwork that they do. And one of them I got introduced to actually about a couple weeks ago was Gunbuster.
Since Pooh went Florida Man with that comment, by the way, went full Florida Man.
Okay,
it's property, so I get to fuck it, type deal thing there.
Well, my greatest question is for Sparky. I probably think Tara already knows the answer to it. Since you brought up Pokemon, how many actual badges did Ash Ketchum actually win?
Oh wow, I actually don't remember. It's been a while since I saw.
Actually, no. That's you got 8 badges for every region. That he's been to about 5 regions. So you have those 8 times 5. So if you want to go to the main regions, he's won about 40 badges. Then if you add in the Orange Islands, that's another 4, and if you add in Sun and Moon, that's another 4. So
You have 48 badges when you look at it.
he's about 48.
So how many did he actually win out of the 48?
He won all 48 of them, but it's
No, he did not. Not legitimately.
Oh
He did
no,
not
actually
win
no.
all 48.
Time out. You're right. Brock and Misty. He was given those badges. And I think
He won the
actually,
Magma badge legit. Like his Charizard legit won that one. I remember that.
Okay,
and,
but
well,
I have a- I have a-
technically, no. Actually, he won that one legitimately. But I know where Rogue's gonna go with this. And if you're isolating this down just strictly to the Kanto League, technically he should not have even fought in the Kanto League.
There's 5 from the Kanto League, 1 from the Johto League, and 1 from the Shiho League. That he did not officially win it, but it was given to him.
I don't
I think
remember
the
which.
Earth Gym badge is one that was just given to him, right? Because
Well,
that was
hold
the
on.
one Team Rocket screwed up.
No,
Well, hold on.
that's a Cascade badge. You're talking about the Boulder badge. That was his first major one against Brock, which ended up with a forfeit. Then you have the Cascade badge that was given because of Team Rocket.
And then you
Hold on,
have
hold
the up badge.
I need all of you to stop for a minute. Hold on a second. Nerds!
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on. Time out.
Jesus Christ.
And Kento is 3 badges because you had the Boulder badge.
No,
you had
actually
the
there's
Cascade
5.
badge.
Boulder, Cascade, March, Rainbow, Earth.
Oh God.
Okay, well, anyway,
No,
more
wait, no, you're
importantly-
right. He
Did
didn't.
Ash beat
He
the psychic gym leader legitimately?
no, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he
The-
didn't.
the-
beat
How
Psychic.
do you
Sabrina,
illegitimately win?
no, you're right. No, he didn't. That's the Marsh badge. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't. Okay, that's what
And
I thought.
up
It's
badge-
been so long, man.
and
I haven't
up
rewatched
badge.
this for a while.
Technically, you could say yes. He beat the people that are running the gym, but that's beating Team Rocket.
Mm-hmm. Which
I
he's
don't
done
think he ever
twice.
faced the Elite Four. Yeah, because he never got to that point. He flunked out of the league because he was 16th or something on the league.
Mhm.
I forgot.
Yeah, he was pretty low there.
How the
Yeah, he was
fuck
pretty
do you guys remember any of this shit?
This shit. Yeah, same here. I agree
It's
with you.
easy.
Well,
We have no
I remember
lives.
liking
Look,
Lorelai.
you have to
Hey,
be the
Lorelai
very
was
best.
hot.
The best
The
that
very
you ever
best
was.
there ever was. Yeah, I get it. But you know what?
Well, anyway,
I'm retired and I
Alright,
still
time out.
haven't fought
So
it.
I'm actually curious because
So that should tell you something.
I'm actually curious about this because I haven't got to see all of the Johto. I haven't got to see all of the Sinnoh. What badges did he not get?
Glacier. Pyro forfeited with him that one.
Okay.
The
That was in the
Shinho,
Johto?
the Cobble badge would have been Shinho, and that one ends in a tie. But he ends up getting the badge anyways.
yeah, well, he never got the Cumberbatch badge. So
No,
anyway,
he would never get it. No.
but I had a question, and that was or not a question, but a statement. So to support somewhat, very mildly, Sparky's point, there's only one thing that preaches never give up in Pokemon. Okay, and it's really not Ash that much because he gives up constantly. He's like constantly whining a lot. Okay, it was Team Rocket. They were the only ones.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Team Rocket
actually-
went out.
Actually,
I mean,
he's got a
with
point.
Meowth, he. It's true.
No,
It is true. If it wasn't for Jesse and James with Meowth, yeah, we would not have a show. We would just have Ash being whiny and being given shit.
Yeah. The honestly, he is the American kid of the fucking anime world.
It is sad.
give
It
me
is
shit.
sad.
I deserve it.
It is
Give me
sad
free
that
shit.
the most viewed characters within that whole Pokemon show is Ash, Jesse, James, and Meowth. They're the most. They're the ones that get the most screen time out of any
And
one
Pikachu.
in the entire show.
Well, I had Pikachu, but they need to sell that. So
Yeah, That's a mascot they're gonna sell.
Yeah, Meow and Pikachu are the two best selling mascots they have there. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that, really.
But no, and I was actually, it was funny that somebody brought up Pokemon because I was just thinking, like, out of all the animes that I've tried watching and hate, there's only 2 of them that I ever liked, and season 1 of Death Note was one that I liked,
The
and
first half, yeah,
and
great half.
actually, I was thinking. Well, you mean the first half of the show entirely, or the first half of season
That
1?
first portion, the L saga, the portion of it,
Yeah,
that portion is brilliant.
season 1,
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't even acknowledge season 2's existence.
Yeah, the
but,
moment you get into Mellow and Nier, I'm done.
But the other side, the other thing is the first Pokemon movie. If I watched it today, I probably wouldn't like it, but I really liked it when I was a kid.
No, it has its merits for its time frame. It does have a bit of a tearjerker if you're a child. Yeah.
Time out. So I liked the first movie when I was a kid, but after a couple of years, I came back to it and I found out that they cut very critical fucking content that makes the whole movie make sense. They cut like 20 fucking minutes of critical content out of it. After that, it just kind of pissed me off. It's like, okay, this makes way more sense now watching it with this aspect than how it was presented.
Well, again, that is an American market. That's
the American market did that with the very first anime that came here, which was called Voltron.
Actually, no. My personal favorite for the American market is making 2 homosexual cousins throughout an entire arc of a series.
Oh,
that was Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Uranus and Neptune. Well, and don't forget, hey, Zoisite's gender bending there.
Yes.
Oh God,
they're not gay, they're hetero. We'll make one of them a woman. There you go.
Yeah,
the same thing.
Oh, that was hilarious. Kissing cousins. I'm like, that's not how it is in the actual. Yeah. They're lesbians.
They made it.
And actually, it's questionable whether or not he's actually a man or not because.
Well, it made it worse. It made it worse because you could tell it was a woman.
Wait, hold on. Kissing cousins are hot. What's wrong with you?
No, not the way how they did that. No, not the way how they did that. No.
Sorry, I was trying to go full Arkansas, man.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to, but yeah, no, I don't even think anybody from Arkansas would actually agree with that one.
You're right. They fucked their siblings instead.
Yeah. And then we have the creepiness of Minnie Moon that had the hots for her soon-to-be dad.
Well, you had that, and then you had another character. And Tyler, I think you know which character I might bring up, but they is like 2 or 3 different countries cut this out, along with the American market. But that was the backstory for Sailor Saturn.
Yeah,
because that one kind of got down into
even the anime
being raped by a parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Tomo didn't rape her. She got raped by the alien that like embedded stuff in her. Yeah, but that was they toned it down for the anime too. The manga was actually even more intense because he got like demon possessed and her body was like torn apart and turned into cybernetics. It was really horrific stuff. So they toned it down for the anime.
The American anime, they made it non-existent. So let's just talk. They say, hey, isn't this rape?
Well, and there's another thing that kind of pissed me off with the whole American version of it too. It's like, okay, everyone comes back, everything's just fine at the end of it. It's like, no, that's not how that works. If you watch in Japan, it's like it's all about reincarnation. They've been doing this since like Astro 5 or 6 different times. They've died in the show multiple times.
Here's the thing: if you're old enough to remember, like I am, and
I remember Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. They've done this since anime started coming over here. It wasn't just these guys. The atrocities they've done with animes. I mean, there have been like, we'll never bring this over here again. Fine, we'll just steal it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's basically what they did because there were no international copyright laws which is why Japan has a lot of trouble to this day still with the animes over here. Yeah, but they realize though they make more money by the companies by selling it over here, and they sell the merchandise. Because while they don't have the rights to the video over here, they have the merchandise.
Yeah, they can make as much as they want to.
So they make bank on that, and they don't have to worry about it being bad or good. You know, they don't have to they don't have to pay for re-edits and all that stuff. They just and adaptation to this market. They just let the company do that, and then they make bank off the toys. Because they realized very quickly that they could do that here. Because people were ordering stuff from Japan, they found out, hey, we can do this cheaper if we just have people, buy it over there.
All right. So speaking about the toy market, and Tybo might know what I'm gonna get.
We're gonna get into sex toys, aren't we?
No.
Probably.
What franchise made an entire TV show based on the fact of selling models? But those models was controversial as fuck. I know if KG was here, he would be able to name this show right off the spot.
Models were controversial?
Yep. And the entire show was made premisely on the premise of selling those models.
I mean, you had Queen's Blade, but that was, I think...
No, it wasn't Queen's Blade. This was back in the 90s.
Oh, 90s. Okay.
Well, you have a couple of different variances. If you're going to go with the whole Gundam thing, then sure, whatever. But there was quite a few other different.
You had
Macross.
Macross.
You had Macross. You had Robotech. You had Gundams that were also kind of questionable. Hell, you have what was the again from the 80s to the 90s? GoBots. That was supposed to be the hip-hop versions of the Transformers.
All right, the one I'm talking about is G Gundam.
Oh, G Gundam. Oh, right.
G Gundam.
Oh, G Gundam. Oh,
G Gundam was primarily made to sell models, and they had a lot of controversial models, especially with the whole Mexican Gundam. And I think like
Ionical
ones.
On that.
They also had the Penis Gundam. Don't forget that one.
Yeah,
that came from that series.
Oh, G Gundam remains the only good Gundam series ever made. I mean, it's the most watchable. It's got.
Are we talking?
Honestly, I have a hard time watching any Gundam.
G Savior, greatest Gundam movie live action ever.
J-Max, I remember me, Starwind, and KG was doing Mechano Tuesdays, and we were talking about G Gundam, and you came in there and you were trying to wreck the floor with everything.
Yes, I know. Because you guys were being really fucking boring, and everybody was just in the comments was just kind of like. And then when I got in there and wrecked it, everybody was fucking having a good time. Let's be honest.
We were trying to be positive about it. And I was trying to be positive because it is one of Starwind's favorite series, and I did that because of him.
And that's fine, but he actually had some good points, and I will give him that. But your guys started actually making points that made sense at that point when I got in there. At the time, and the thing is, you guys were really on top. You guys were so on topic. You were getting into the nitty gritty, boring bullshit that nobody cared about, except for you guys had to nitpick on it. It was great. I mean, don't get me wrong, but people were getting boring, so I came in there and said, "I'll just liven this up a little bit and give my opinion on it."
What were we nitpicking?
I can't remember, but I just remember you guys were just like, it was boring. I remember that, and I was like, and you guys finally started to make some points that made sense. And it was good towards the end there. And then I went on a rant about Evangelion being better, and that was actually kind of bullshit, but people thought
it was. I don't remember who it was I was starting to get angry, if it was KG or Starwind.
No, they weren't actually getting angry. They were. I don't think they were. Maybe they were.
They're getting hyped up and defending that. I know that much.
Yeah, but here was the thing, though. They started finally making points and comments that were actually more accredited to why it was a good series, and versus the other stuff. Well, don't get me wrong. I liked G Savior too, and I liked Evangelion as well. But they were both basically the same thing in a genre where they had kind of done that with other shows as well.
Just French kiss Star
It was,
Trek. At the end of the day, guys, just French kiss Star Trek. That's all I want you guys to do.
Yeah, basically. I can never do that ever again. Star Trek is on my hate list.
No, because the anime equivalent for is Star Trek when it comes down to Gundam. So
yeah, true, pretty much, or Star Wars.
No. No,
G Gundam basically got into Star Wars meets Star Trek because they started using this like golden power Gundam bullshit. At one point. So
remember
Dragon Ball Z.
Super mode.
Remember Star Trek pretty much mastered that during a certain Deep Space Nine.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, right. You forgot about that.
No. Next Generation also did that because we had the alien that became Space Jesus.
Yeah. So you had that all happened more often. It happened more often on the Star Trek side than you can say on the Star Wars side.
But honestly,
they had movies. You had TV shows and movies.
But you have to admit, though, I did liven up that show, and you guys.
I wasn't watching that episode or that show. Sorry, at that time frame, I was ignoring that shit.
Yeah,
I think one of the most fun ones we did was Aiko, because we kind of shit all over it. It's a good movie, but it makes no fucking sense.
But when I brought up G Savior, they really lost their shit. It's like, oh my fucking god!
Star Trek original series is the only Star Trek that matters.
I agree.
Yeah, kill all the red shirts.
Yeah, but
to a certain point, because that Star Trek motion picture crap.
I mean, actually, the motion picture killed a lot of red shirts in one go.
Yeah, they did. They also brought God into the equation, if I remember correctly, wasn't it? Wasn't that the one where they were looking for God, or was it the? No, that
was the last one. That was the undiscovered continent.
They brought Jesus. They brought space.
No, I think the motion picture was the first one where they had to go head to head with God.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
V'ger.
Still, godlike.
They actually discovered God in the undiscovered continent
twice. So yes,
whatever. But it doesn't matter. Wrath of Khan is a masterpiece.
I would agree. Wrath of Khan was actually the better one.
And the new movie just shits all over it.
Yes.
Yep. Into Darkness
they great. Hang on. They don't shit on it. They just bring in things that don't need to be a factor, and as well as they nerf a couple of characters.
They ruined dialogue scenes that had happened in the. So like that whole whenever they tried to quote the scene from Star Trek, the Wrath of Khan, where he says, "The many is more important than the one," or whatever, right?
In the few, yeah.
Yeah, and then they tried doing that in the remake or whatever, and totally fucked it up. Like all the emotion, all of the heart of that scene just completely stripped away, and then they turned fucking Spock into some like emo bitch that like Spock, like to me
that tears up his room.
Yeah, Spock is literally no different from the fucking guy from the remakes of Star Wars that I forgot the name of.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Yeah.
No.
Kylo.
Yeah, you got two basically super powered freaks that
Yeah, but my only question is, who wrote that one? Who helped direct that one?
J.J. Abrams. Jesus Christ! It's almost like, oh my god! It's almost like he wrote the same fucking script and just adapted it. Jesus pretty much, yeah. Fucking Christ! Like I've said a fucking million times.
Yeah, we know this.
But no, I mean,
J.J. Abrams can.
We know you have a hate boner for J.J. Abrams. We got.
I have a hate boner for J.J.
I don't have a hate boner for J.J. Abrams. I have a hate boner
for. It stands for Jewy Jew.
I have a hate boner for Kathleen Kennedy. That is a hate boner.
Actually, here's the thing. I wish people. This is a hot take, as somebody would say. I wish people would actually look at the actual elephant in the room. If it wasn't for George fucking Lucas, who signed on Kathleen Kennedy to be signed over to Disney, we wouldn't be in the shit where we are now. So out of all the people you should hate George Lucas.
Yeah, actually, I disagree. I think you shouldn't hate George Lucas for it because I actually
Yeah.
don't blame him at all.
You should, because he did it because it's fucking Spielberg.
Okay,
Hold on. The whole reason he did it, and he said this multiple times, is because the fan base was shitting on him the entire like for years.
Well,
and he said he didn't see the point in making Star Wars films anymore.
No,
because every time he made them, the community shat on him.
He's the reason why Kathleen Kennedy got hired.
Yes.
No, I mean, yeah, but I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Yes,
No.
we did.
Yes, we did. Because you know who else saw that coming and told him that? His best friend, Steven Spielberg. She can make a good coffee, and her only good thing is that she won't shut up when she's in her room. I don't see anything positive coming out of this.
I've never seen that quote.
No, he literally. I mean, Steven Spielberg came out and said this about her. The only thing I ever see is she makes a damn good cup of coffee, and she won't shut up when she'll interrupt anybody in the fucking room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She won't shut the fuck up.
Kennedy was good at getting money. That was basically her big thing. She's a money
And that
getter.
was it. She wasn't good at making money, just getting money.
No. She's not creative. She's not a writer. She's not anything. She's good at just convincing people to get you the money.
Her job is just to get out of the way. It's really what
That's
her job
right.
is.
Her job is. You said it right, but she gets herself in the way.
When she's making
she'll show up. She'll show up in the middle of a shoot, and look at and ask, "Hey, how's everybody doing? What are we doing right now?" And then, you know what? I've just made some changes, and we're going to go from here. It's no longer about these people; it's about this people.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a hate boner for. Let me get this out there real quick before I forget, please. I have a hate boner for Kennedy, and Rogue didn't let me finish this either, so don't feel bad. I have an absolutely fucking rape boner for fucking George Lucas. Because he's a fucking asshole that got us into this problem. I have a rape boner for him.
I mean, but the thing is, though, is I think that I'm going to be 100% honest. I think that the Star Wars fandom deserve it.
No, it's true. We did because we kept on saying we wanted something new, but when he gave us something new, we bitched about that too. And I'm
wait. Hold up. If I remember correctly, the people beyond the first release of the prequels, y'all loved it until you got to Jar Jar Binks. Then you hated just Jar Jar Binks.
No. Hold on. I loved Jar Jar Binks.
No, I'm not saying that you loved him, hate him, or whatever. I'm just saying the fandom at large. Loved the very first fucking movie for the prequels to show up. I was hesitant. Star Wars fan that I am. I was hesitant with it. Kind of going, well, that first portion, pretty good. The middle aspect is kind of a meander here. It ends kind of poorly. I don't know what he's going to do for the second one. They bring in Jar Jar, the whole Jar Jar portion of it. I didn't mind the character. Didn't think it was a bad character, just because he was supposed to be a focus. He was a focus character.
Here was the thing. After the first one, I was like, okay, I don't like Jar Jar, but I'm going to give this a chance for the second one. And then they took Jar Jar and made him worse.
Well, Jar Jar wasn't even in it.
They took him out.
No, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Jar Jar is the reason why Palpatine.
That was 3.
No, that was 3. That was 2.
That was 2.
No. 3 is the second. Okay, look. In the second movie, it's focusing on Yoda's apprentice, Dooku.
Yeah.
It's focusing on him. There's no Jar Jar Binks barely shows up in that movie. You see him just
shows up
in
once.
and leave.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I thought he was going to be the. If you look at Jar Jar, they were setting him up to be a bad guy, and then the kids liked him, and then George Lucas changed his mind.
Okay,
honestly,
no, that's not what happened. Actually, hold on. Lucas actually came out. Lucas actually came out and said that he in the if you guys sat there and watch the commentary on every movie like I did like a crackhead, okay? He actually straight up says that he cut Jar Jar in episode 2 specifically because of the outrage of the character.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I heard that.
He did cut the ketchup, but Jar Jar was still in the second one.
He was in 3.
He was in 2 too, because that's how Palpatine got out.
Yes, in 3.
In 2, no. He got emperor powers in 3. He got wartime powers.
He got emergency powers in 2. That was how he was able to create.
Yeah, but hang on. Hang on.
Army.
And in order for it to give him to that particular power, that was given by Padme.
No, Padme was with fucking.
No, again,
she was on the cat. No.
Yes,
he was given the power.
Jar Jar Binks was actually speaking for who? Pat fucking May.
Well, but he was tricked into giving you those powers.
He wasn't.
And she wouldn't have given him special powers.
No, she would have. She would have. She did.
No, she wouldn't have given that for Palpatine.
Yes, she would have.
She wasn't there to do it.
She would have. Even if she was, she would have given Palpatine power. Like it or not, she would have.
Well, that's why they didn't want her there, because she would have actually objected against it. That's why that was the whole premise of getting her off planet and the assassination attempt on her.
Yeah. They convinced Jar Jar to saying that it's something that she would have done. And
you guys apparently missed that part. Even in the books, they say that.
I remember that.
Hold on. And the emergency power scene, I'm pretty sure was the So it was like at the very, very, very end of episode 2.
Yeah, but right before they get the clone army.
It was in the middle. It was in the middle, going towards the end, because Padme was technically supposed to be on Naboo.
Jakku.
Wasn't not Jakku, Naboo. And
then they went to Jakku. They were on Naboo and then went to Jakku.
It wasn't Jakku.
Was it? I thought it was Jakku.
Jakku only shows up in episode 8.
I have no idea. Okay, fuck it.
It was
Jakku's the desert planet for me. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting them all confused. I don't give a shit about the planets. It was the bug planet, the fly planet.
Yeah,
wherever they are. And they're like, it's basically these guys. Yeah. Oh God, what was it? She was captured with Anakin on that planet, and then that's how Jar Jar. The thing is, the reason they were trying to kill her in the beginning, that Palpatine, because he knew he was trying to get the special powers, but he knew that she would object, and most of the council would listen to her. However, since it was Naboo and that she trusted Jar Jar, they also knew they could trick him into doing their bidding, and that's what they did.
Here's the scene. I ain't gotta showcase it on the screen, but I'll showcase it within the Discord if you want to watch it.
Please go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know. I just watched it.
Yeah.
That's why they had to get rid of her off planet. That's why Palpatine was trying to get her to be away from the Senate and give her powers over to somebody else in her place, which would have been Jar Jar. So, in that case, yes, I don't think she would have been tricked into it, because even in the Third World War, this is how democracy falls. Yeah, she didn't even really want to go to war when her planet was being invaded by the Trade Federation. She just wanted the Republic to intervene and get them to withdraw peacefully.
Yeah, and
she only went to war because she had no other choice at the time.
Yeah. So, I mean,
the whole point I want to make is that I liked 2 of the 3 prequels. Episode 2 was absolute fucking horrendous trash and does deserve the hate, because George Lucas, even in his own words, said that he should not have actually tried writing the love story for that film, which is what fundamentally hurt the movie.
Yes, it did.
But episode 3, in my personal opinion, rivals any of the films in the original trilogy.
I never liked episode 3.
What was it? Episode 1?
I thought it was a masterpiece.
No, I think hang on. I think the actual fight scenes in episode 3 are way too fucking long. The setup.
I thought they were too short.
No, they're too fucking long.
Dude,
there's
I could watch it all day. Like
that's the
I
problem. I mean,
love
you like
lightsaber
the
duels.
glitz and glam. That's what actually sells it because of these sparkly lightsabers. But realistically, it was too fucking long.
Time out.
Even while they were doing the behind the scenes look of the
right,
while
look.
we were reviewing the video and after the video,
Episodes-
George Lucas goes, "I think I may have gone too far."
All right, look.
On the first video.
Episode 4, 5, and 6. The fight scenes were exactly what they needed to be. They were specifically at the moment. With episode 1 and episode 2, they were specifically for the moment. Episode 3 was built up around the whole fact of Anakin had to get severely injured and was in a final bout with Obi-Wan, and that's where they kind of overdid the line. I will agree with Rogue. I think the fight scene's a little much. But then again, it's also trying to exit 2 main characters that was in that prequel.
It's
out.
actually not that long.
It's
If you
all over
cut-
Sparky.
if
Who
you-
has the high
hold on.
ground?
If you cut all of the other parts that, because he was cutting between that and 2 other things going on. If you cut all those things out and just cut together the fight scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin and only that, it's
like 15.
actually not that long.
It's 15 minutes.
No, it wouldn't be 15 minutes. So that's
No, it actually kind of
the
goes.
scene is 15 minutes
the
altogether. But if you cut all the other things out, like the battles going on and all that other shit that he's showing on other planets, he's cutting.
No,
between.
there's
Because
only
it-
2 fights going on at a time, and it's the fight between Yoda and Palpatine and Anakin
Yeah.
and Obi-Wan. That's it.
No, hang on. No, the Anakin, okay, the Padme force choking and all that. You are looking at about 15 minutes.
I was pretty sure there was a whole other battle going on that it was
Yeah,
showing
between
at the same time.
Yoda and Palpatine.
No, I meant like an actual battle, but whatever. Anyway, the point is though, is I thought all those scenes were well
What?
done. Well, look, here's the thing that I want
Time
to
out.
make very clear. They were dramatic.
Yeah, I know.
No, really, the final scene for Obi-Wan and Anakin were all.
Hang on.
It was the worst scene.
Hang on. What battle? The war was ended at that point in time. All the other Jedi got killed off before they even got to Mustafar.
I don't look. I haven't actually watched the movie since 2006.
The
duel of Mustafar is pretty.
But
This is 15 minutes.
But at the same time, I thought it was great. Like I don't like, and to me, like I didn't see it as glam or sparkly.
Here's the thing: during that fight scene, the first 3 minutes, they're swinging their blades, not even touching, like Conan the Barbarian, and just like and it's just like, okay, their blades aren't even touching.
I understand why the fight scene was long, because it had to. That whole fight scene between Palpatine and Yoda and Anakin and Obi-Wan had to explain why and how they went to the separate places that they did in Episode 4. They do a good job in doing that. I think they just went a little overboard, because if you count all the other fight scenes, the fight scene in Phantom Menace, if you count just the fight scene, it's about maybe 8 minutes long. If you count the fight scene in Episode 2,
maybe you're thinking of the Dooku fight. I think you're thinking about the Dooku fight.
The Dooku fight is about 8 minutes.
Dooku fight. That's
And the third one.
And the third one is about 15
where the third
minutes.
one the third one, the Dooku and Anakin fight was about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was about
even
2
that.
minutes.
It wasn't even
I know
that.
there was
that was pretty short.
Here was the thing: because of what's his name, Ian McKellen. Siri McKellen was Was it Ian McKellen? I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, I think it was Ian.
Yeah, he was actually a fencer, and Kristen Hansen wanted to do the fight right with him. Ian helped train him for that fight, and actually taught him fencing. And then it ended up. It was set to be a longer fight, and then it was 2 minutes. They cut it down to 2 minutes.
I just looked it up.
And he really and Ian and him were really disappointed, because they really worked hard. Because he really worked hard for that one. Because the Obi-Wan scene was shot first, and apparently the reason they cut it down is because
just be disbanded and
let Vlad say whatever he's gonna say.
I just Googled it, and the fight scene at the end of Mustafar was only 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
That you're so that's still pretty damn long.
It's not 15, and
Well,
also
you have.
Well, you were
have
saying it's
the-
not 30 seconds either.
I never said it was. I never said 30
He never said 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think you said it was like super short in 2 minutes. That's still pretty long time for a fucking fight scene.
Yeah.
8 minutes is still long.
But here's the thing,
the lead up to it still makes it roughly about 15.
It doesn't. I don't care about the lead up. And secondly, what's even more, because it's not a fight scene. The lead up to the fight scene is not the fight scene. Okay, like
I don't know when he was
reason of
choking
why
her.
the fight scene happens.
Well, no, you're talking about the glamour of the fight scene itself and how long of the fight scene it is.
Yeah, the scene itself, it's pretty long. 8 minutes.
But you can't drag the lead up to it whenever your main critique is that the physical fighting element was too much glamour and it went too long.
It was too much glamour. You're going from one stage to another stage to another stage to get to your end point. I think it was like 4 different transitions.
They were in the same planet.
Regardless, different areas.
Yeah.
They go for. I don't care.
I mean, the thing is, I don't have this
you-
attention span problem. I watch 4-hour-long movies. I don't.
Congratulations!
Have this
I've watched a 13-hour-long movie, and your
What
point
movie was
is
that?
regardless, it doesn't matter. You're saying attention span. You said 4-hour movie. I kind of go a bit longer. It doesn't really matter.
I'm just saying,
I'm
why
saying that the idea of the fight scene could have been shortened down by at least 4 minutes.
I think that would have ruined the entire drama of the scene.
How? You're gonna carve up Anakin at the end of it anyways. You already have a 4-minute battle scene. You do not need 8.
I mean, I could make the same argument for fucking, like, why even make a Zelda game when we know the ending? He's gonna say
great, because I don't even like Zelda.
I don't either.
Who's ever here watched Roots? The whole in a one go.
I have.
What?
You've watched a 13-hour movie then, because that's essentially what Roots was a 13-hour movie.
I don't know what that is.
Roots. Oh my
LeVar
fucking
Burton,
god! I swear to God, I know you're fucking trolling me. So shut the fuck up.
What the fuck is a root? I don't know what you're
Roots.
talking about.
Roots. The
What?
fucking
the
the slave fucking movie. Toby, my name is
LeVar
Toby.
Burton,
You
right?
don't fucking remember Roots?
I've never
IMAX,
seen it
that's the
or
one
heard
with
of it
LeVar Burton,
even.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, then LeVar Burton as fucking Toby.
I've
Yes.
never even heard of it.
Then shut the fuck up.
From
Like,
the
like,
80s, I think. It's a long series. I don't know.
It
I've
is
heard
basically
reviews
a
after watching
movie. It is a 13-hour movie. Let's be honest. It's not a series.
Okay.
It was
series.
No, it was supposed to be a series. It was 1 season long. Unfortunately, yes, I've seen it.
Kuta Kinte. You do not know who Kuta Kinte
One
is.
good to one.
Kuta Kinte.
Yeah,
It makes 7 years a slave, very short.
Yes, it does. God damn it.
Yeah. Anyways, I think
Makes the
we've
passion short.
Hit... All right,
I don't know.
I think we've hit the end point of this.
well,
We've
I
been going
had a
for
point
3
that I
hours.
wanted to make.
All right,
Damn
you
it.
can make your
Only
point, and then
3?
we'll get in.
I got interrupted over some nigger
You got
shit.
interrupted.
Yeah, pretty much over some shit about black people. I don't care. But the thing is, though, that's important is that like this is like people saying fight scenes are too long is the reason we have shit like the ending of Underworld, where the fight scene lasts like fucking 1/4 of a second. Okay.
Yeah,
Where
that is true.
Hang on.
You know-
Underworld. We're talking about a person who made the fucking game a passive base game, who wanted to do that for a reason, and you're saying that you didn't like that portion of it. The creator, the man behind this brilliant game that everybody else loves, which I don't. And you're like, oh, the fight scene was he did it for a fucking reason. Unfortunately for George Lucas, he's actually admitted that his fight scene for the last fucking episode 3, he himself said it was a little too long.
What game are we talking about?
You said
What?
Underworld.
The movie,
Yeah.
not the game.
The movie.
The movie Underworld? The
Yeah.
Werewolf versus vampires movie.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, but I'm saying like it sucks. But the
No, dude, the movie itself, it no one cared.
Dude, it's what are you talking about? I made a ton of money. They made like 4 movies. Like, but the point is, though, is it still sucked. And another good example, if you want to take that one away, Interview with a Vampire.
What about an Interview with a Vampire?
Same fucking thing. You got all this fucking buildup for like 2 hours, and then
guess
like
what? If it was a successful movie for a reason.
Yeah, because it was about the fucking lowest common denominator.
No, it was about the drama.
Yeah, it was about the drama and the like 1/10 of the second ending.
And weird
no
child
about the ending. It was about the drama.
It was horrible.
And weird child.
That's what I'm saying
that's
about.
Kind of what that was about. Let's be honest.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that I think I would feel cheated if I went and watched Star Wars Episode 3 in the movie theater and waited the entire freaking movie only to be stuck with a 2-minute fucking fight scene at the end. That would be totally cheap and a waste of my time.
You said the fight minute was what, 8 minutes long? From beginning to end, according to what you Googled, researched? Okay, and I said take out 4 minutes of it, and you're saying 2?
Okay, but I'm assuming if you do the
fucking math, if you go 8 and minus 4, you get how much? 2?
You get 4.
Thank you.
It's not math. The point is you're okay with 1/4 of a second, so I'm going to assume you'd be okay with 2 minutes.
If it could be wrapped up in 2 minutes, great.
No, it's not like
If you can wrap
the ending's too short.
The fight scene, that's actually really good. Like, we should double it to 16 minutes and cut out a lot of the other stuff in the movie. There we go.
You could, but again, you'd have to expand the reason why the fight scene needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean the prequels are messed up. But
okay.
The fight choreography was
the fight coordination is pretty much bad pacing for the most part, and has very little purpose of why it needs to be in the actual episodes for the most part.
Yes.
The only one that actually does well is episode 1, and that's pretty much orchestrated by the man in question who ended up playing Darth Maul. The secondary one, which you find in, what is it? I think it's episode 2 or was episode 3 that Dooku ends up getting killed and beheaded. That scene there was finely tuned to a certain point, but edited out because of time constraints, because of a love romance that was being orchestrated by George Lucas because he thought it was a brilliant idea. See, unfortunately, when it comes down to Lucas, it's all about his pacing that he has issues with.
I mean, I don't disagree there, but I think that in episode 3, the ending was, if anything, too short.
No, if anything, it was poorly drawn out and improperly paced. You could have had this entire ending done better if he had another set of eyes looking at it, like he did with episode 5.
The prequels needed he didn't somebody to tell him no, or to have him just present the idea and have somebody else write it.
He didn't direct episode 5. So
yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm getting to. So yeah, that's why episode 5 everybody remembers for the most part. I mean, look, you cannot have episode 5 without episode 4. I'll give you episode 4, but guess what? His wife at the time frame helped edit that.
Lucas is an ideas man. He's not much of a writer. It's like when he collabed with Spielberg. Spielberg handled the storytelling with Indiana Jones. Lucas came up with the ideas, and that's what made it good. Lucas is a good ideas guy, but he's not good at the nitty gritty, detail work of stories.
I think his best work was episode 4 because that's what he put his most heart into.
Yeah, and guess who was alongside with him? His wife at the time frame. She helped build that. Yeah, again, they helped build that.
Yeah, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, like I could make the argument that the ending with the Death Star was too long because it does actually drag out unnecessarily.
Yeah, you could. And I would agree.
It does the whole like really slow space shit that Star Trek was doing.
Briefly, again, and I will agree. They had a different pacing, what they were trying to go for, but they at that time frame they were focusing on, was it World War II the dog fights in that for that one.
Yeah.
So
it was inspired by World War II and what's that stupid show from the 80s? Babylon 5 was one of the inspirations as well.
so really.
But I mean, but the thing is though, is like I've never like I remember whenever I was a kid too, I would watch just the fight scene of that movie over and over and over again. You know, because like to me, like that fight scene is really good, because if you're just looking at it as nothing more than a fight scene, you're kind of just missing the point. It wasn't just a fight scene. You know, like the fight was supposed to resemble the drama underneath the actual fight itself. The only thing of that movie that like, or the Yoda versus Sidious fight was a fight scene. In that was all it was, and there was really not much else to it. Whereas the fight with Obi-Wan versus Anakin was like brother against brother, and they, you know, like it was a huge deal. You know, and even the aspects to the fight was like really cool, like the, you know, how they were mimicking each other's moves and shit was pretty funny, right? But that's kind of the point that I was getting at. And like you can watch the scene and analyze it, and you see there's like multiple opportunities where Obi-Wan could have killed Anakin, and that was orchestrated on purpose whenever they did the actual when they coordinated the fight. Like there's more to the fight than just they're swinging at each other.
Okay. Fucking told me.
All right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like that's
there's emotion in there, yes, and the music is very good.
Yeah,
did an excellent job with the music to convey the feeling.
That's why you got John.
That's
why you get John Williams.
That's why you get John Williams.
Well,
if it wasn't for John Williams, you wouldn't have a really good, you know, anything.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, sound is 50% of every movie.
Of course, it's half the movie. That's the same logic I made for Anime Watch Club. It's half the show. We are literally not showcasing half the show. But anyways,
We want to wrap up here.
Yes, I've hit the render button against my better judgment, so I don't know how the computer's going to take it at this moment.
No, it's not too bad against your better judgment. It's a good time frame to wrap this up.
Yeah. So with that, thank you for joining, everyone. I did enjoy these shows. I did enjoy the wild directions we go with these shows. Thanks again to, you know, Gemax, Vlad, Rogue, Tyro for coming on and making this a fun show. Along with Awkward, he's still streaming. I think he's streaming Phasmophobia at the moment. So his link's still in the chat. Go watch him if you need something to watch or something like that. For me, remember STC Watch Club is going on if you're into anime reactions, commentary, and reviews. 5 days a week. That's when those uploads are happening on STC Watch Club. Anyone else wants to show anything that they're doing before I wrap this up?
Pretty much all I'm doing is STC Watch Club, so yeah, so tune in. So yeah, currently airing, we've got what was Shield Hero, Tanya, let's see, Plastic Memories, Clockwork Planet, and Violet Evergarden. So I'm in 2 of those, and the other 3 are then you got KG's reaction to Tanya, which is great, and
KG and Pin on Plastic Memories, and KG on Clockwork Planet. You want to see someone lose absolute shit? Watch Clockwork Planet. KG absolutely.
Oh wow, yeah, I just realized. Shit. Yeah, 4 of the ones this time have KG in them. That's actually pretty impressive. Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Okay, Rogue.
What about me?
Anything GNF related you want to show?
Bitches.
Okay.
I'm done.
Remember, we do have a website, gnf.com, that has not been finished yet by Pin because he keeps taking her time. So we don't have a website, but we do have a website. So
there's a website. It is active. It's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. check Vlad's channel out if you want to see some epic rants that last about maybe a minute to 2 minutes long about people. And
Okay, well, sometimes they're longer than that. Come on.
well, I'm some of the ones I've seen is range from about a minute to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I actually so on Vosh, I made an entire like 10.5-minute hit piece.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so it depends.
epic rants, nonetheless. Doesn't matter on the time. Go watch them if you want some hot takes. Yeah. Jim X plays games from time to time. He's been playing 7 Days to Die and Phasmophobia.
I mostly yell at people. I mostly yell at people. Get off my lawn.
I've not had any time to really pick up 7 Days to Die, even though I want to fucking play 7 Days to Die. I know if I start playing the game, I'm not gonna want to do anything else. So,
but yeah, my only reason I get or like everybody keeps telling me to join TikTok because they keep making like minute or two videos.
don't join TikTok.
Go to TikTok.
Make TikTok great again.
No.
Yeah, that's a place that won't stop. Make it great again.
Yeah, I have considered though. I've had people suggest that I should do not reaction, but like response videos to some things on TikTok, like mental illness people and stuff like that, which I've considered doing.
Vlad,
that's pretty much everyone on TikTok.
That's everyone who uses TikTok.
I mean, I know, right? But
Gordon Ramsay is slightly making a career out of it.
I suing other people for taking away his career.
Mm-hmm.
But I've considered like getting a TikTok account just to find people to make fun of.
Yeah, but most of the YouTube internet does.
For me, I look at TikTok the same way as I looked at I can't remember what the name of that streaming site was, but it uses lemons. I know that much.
DLive.
DLive. Yeah. I won't touch it on a 10-foot pole because I'm afraid I might catch something from it on my computer.
Well, you might get Wufu because it's run by the Chinese, but that's about it.
Yeah, your computer might get COVID.
Yeah, I don't want that. So
we're giving you COVID, so therefore
far away from it. But anyway,
I thought we were wrapping this up.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. This has been an epic comeback stream. 50 views so far on this stream. So thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again next Sunday. Take care, everyone.
Star Wars Episode 3 is a masterpiece.
It sucks.
It's all right.
Bigger.